Nothing is faster and more exhilarating in chess than a bullet game. It's all about quick thinking and taking advantage of every opportunity when it comes. Blink and you'll miss it.
How did he do that?
Despite its popularity, bullet chess only has one annual championship tournament. And now, entering its 5th year, the Bullet Chess Championship is stronger than ever. 3-time champion Hikaru Nakamura again looks to defend his title and add to his impressive trophy case.
A brutal finish. Nakamura officially has won.
The only player who has ever stopped Nakamura in this event also returns to take another shot at it. 2021 champion Alireza Firouzja.
That's it.
Competing with these champions for the first time in the format, the best all-around player in the world. Magnus Carlsen has dominated chess seemingly forever, but he's never played in the Bullet Chess Championship. Will one of these big three of Bullet take home the $20,000 crown? Or can someone else claim the title? Maybe Naroditsky, Tang, Hansen, Caruana?
It's me! That is the Fabiano finale.
In this speediest of speed chess championships, only one champion will emerge. Welcome to the 2023 Bullet Chess Championship.
Welcome back to the 2023 Bullet Chess Championship. I'm Grandmaster Robert Hess. Alongside me is FIDE Master James Canty III. James, we've had 2 very exciting days of Bullet Chess thus far. 4 players have been eliminated. How are you feeling about this competition?
First off, Bullet Chess is my favorite format, and I'm loving all the action we're seeing. We're seeing it in the chat. It's hype. We see in my twin brother, Robert Hess. Don't we look just alike, chat? You know, it's my guy, Bobby Hess. Right, it's been great, and the Bullet's been great. I've been loving watching all the games, and we have some more today, Robert.
Oh, we certainly do, and some of these players, very well known because they're in the upper echelons of the chess world. Others more known for their streaming and content creation. But as we look at this bracket, there are some surprises and other results that we could have expected. And if we start at the top of the bracket, Hikaru Nakamura has moved on. He's taking on Daniel Naroditsky. I think Danya was the big winner of yesterday's matches. He beat Andrew Tang by 8 points. That's not something you see every day. Magnus Carlsen had his hands full with streamer Min Le. Min, a grandmaster from Vietnam. He had that match knotted up towards the very end, but Magnus was able to pull away for a 10-7 victory. And Alireza Firouzja, he made it a short day against Alexander Bortnik. He was in charge from the start, and so he gets to move on to face Magnus Carlsen. We're excited about the top of the bracket and the winners side of things, but we will start the day with the losers bracket. Bortnik against Ohanyan, Min Le against Paravian, Andrew Tang against Eric Hansen. James, I think that's one we have to circle. That's a content creator clash that everyone is excited to see.
Absolutely, the fastest man on the planet, man. Make sure you watch your wallet, even if you're at home. Tang boy play 15-second chess, okay? And he's nice with it. Then you have Eric Hansen, of course, who's had a high of over 3K, 31, 3,200, something crazy like that in Bullet Chess. So that's going to be a big creator matchup. And of course, who doesn't want to see the creators fight it out, right? That's always us. Very fun content.
Yeah, it might even be more fun if they were chess boxing, but we'll save that for a later show. This is the Bullet Chess Championship, and we don't want to leave out Jose Martinez and Dennis Lasvik. They will also take part in the losers bracket, but we are going to start our day with that creator clash between Andrew Tang and Eric Hansen. So these two, they're very familiar to the audience, at least they should be, and on paper, Tang will have to be the favorite because he is higher rated than Bullet. He's been an absolute monster in BCC's past, but we haven't really seen Hansen play that much because after losing the opening match to Magnus, he had a walkover against Arjun Erigaisi, so we don't know what Eric will show up.
Eric is going to show up, and because he hasn't been able to play, you had 2 matches. Well, of course, he has been able to play. One was just, you're playing Magnus Carlsen. All right, cool. It is what it is, right? Now, that's Magnus, but then you didn't have that other match. He was ready to really just kind of prove yourself, play some chess. That didn't happen. So now if I'm Eric, I'm ready. I'm ready to really party, boys. Let's get it done. So Eric definitely is going to be, I think, really ready to play today. He wasn't able to play against Magnus, obviously, and then Arjun, the Arjun thing happened. It's going to be good, though. I think Eric's ready.
He's always ready to party, that's for sure. And you see that peak bullet rating of 3265. That is a very, very high rating. Not many have been able to reach that. He is the founder of the Chess Bras. No surprise there. If you're watching this channel, you probably know who the Chess Bras are. Over 100 million views on YouTube, over 300,000 followers on Twitch. But I think, James, sometimes people forget he's not just a content creator, he's also a super strong grandmaster.
Bro, he's the number one in Canada. Wherever you are, if you're the number one, I mean, that's really good, of course. And in a place like Canada, US, Russia, Australia, wherever you are, them chess players, how strong they are, absolutely. Being number one definitely matters. And he is the Canadian number one. So, of course, he's going to try to put that together today. And he's in the loser's bracket. I got to make my way through. Everybody's watching. We're in Barcelona having a good time. Hopefully today's a good time.
Yeah, he hopes that it is, but I think somebody who's going to make it a hard time is Andrew Tang. He is number one in the hearts of many Hyper Bullet fans because he does that blindfolded. He's the two-time BCC runner-up. He lost to Hikaru Nakamura last year in the grand final. He has over 3 million views on YouTube. He recently graduated from Princeton University, then took a trip with his friends. So he, by his own admission, has been a little bit rusty as it pertains to bullet chess. But it's Andrew Tang, all right? That's all that needs to be said. That's the Penguin GM, James.
Now, it's the Penguin GM. Of course, he's, I saw that interview, he was so calm. He was like, yeah, I mean, it's what I do. I mean, he's in moment. Wait, it's in. How I do it. I just play games, and I'm going to win. I'm just going to do my thing. I stay zen. I don't know. I just don't think about it. That's Tang. 100%, as you see, that's all that's going through his head right now. He has no facial expressions. Even the smile he does is very calm, right? So, this man is calm, and he's mastered that, and he can go in here today and try to make it happen against Eric.
Well, you just reminded me of that Doc Rivers interview on Jimmy Fallon where he's talking about, it's not Blake's fault. It's not Blake's fault. We lost. So that was awesome. But you're right. Andrew Tang, it seems like he's unfazed no matter the results of the match. So he needs to win this one. It's your last bullet if you're in the loser's bracket. So there's a lot at stake. It's not just, I lost a bullet game here, I lost a bullet game there, my rating will suffer. The winner moves on to the top 8 and is guaranteed $4,000, whereas the loser is eliminated from the competition, and that means you get a payday of $2,500. That's a very nice payday, but $1,500 difference, that is a lot of money.
$1,500, that is definitely, so you can do always something with $1,500 extra, of course, that will help a lot there, but you also advance to the 8, which is huge here. Lots of people are watching, lots of pressure. You want to take it all the way to the top here. These guys are playing for more really than just the money here.
I got to put you on the spot. We're friends, but I have to put you on the spot. Who is going to win this matchup?
Ooh, okay, so that's a good one. All right, I gotta go with I'm gonna go with Eric. I'm gonna go with Eric because I have spent time at the Chess Bra household. I hang out with them, very good hospitality, and Eric can shift it to another gear when he needs to. Remember those boiler rooms they used to do. So I'm going to go with Eric Hansen there on that one. What about you, Hassan?
Hey, that's true loyalty because you're saying I'm going with my guy. I have to go with the favorite on paper, and that's Andrew Tang. He has been a runner-up in 2 bullet chess championships past. His rating has often ballooned over 3,300. We've seen what he can do even with his eyes closed in bullet chess. So I got to go with Andrew, but Eric, he is going to try to make you proud.
Absolutely. Eric Hansen, the Manson, and Andrew Tang with a bang. That's how I would always talk about Tang. And he definitely can come with a bang every single time that boy plays. But Eric does have that gear. He can, make it happen when he needs to, especially under pressure. He is Canadian number 1 still, right? Tang may be a favorite on paper, but hey, we'll see. I think Tang was a favorite yesterday against Naroditsky, and that was crazy. But, of course, this is bullet chess. Anything.
It's true. We have seen huge upsets in the Bullet Chess Championship. Yesterday, Amin Ohanian, he beat Anish Giri. That was surprising for many. And the Super GMs, Anish Giri, Fabiano Caruana, Dmitry Andreikin, they're all out of this competition. So it's not like having a 2,700 rating next to your name means you're automatically going to win. Yeah, if you're Magnus, 2,800 plus, Hikaru, and Firouzja, okay, you get the job done because you're the final bosses. But it's interesting to note that some of the lower rated players, they actually shine in these quicker time controls.
Absolutely. Of course, anything happens when you reach this level and you have the bullet. It's bullet. It happens. They go really fast, obviously. So it's really, it's really who is in good form. If you're in great form that day, you're just ready to go. You can get it done. You are, better than that person really what is what it takes, especially when you saw that Naroditsky match yesterday. That was just crazy, right? And even seeing Min Lee versus Magnus. It was like, oh, Magnus gonna beat him every game, and it was not even close to that. So anything happens in this format, guys, it's very fun to watch. It's a lot of time here too as well. So, and it's win by 2. I like that format.
And I could hear your heart in that statement. So it sounds like you were particularly proud of Min. Like, it sounds like him keeping it close with Magnus, that was a source of pride for you.
Absolutely. That's a win. That's a win on paper. Big Min for the win. The man won. Did you beat Magnus? I mean, I didn't win the match, but I won. Like, what do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but of course, if you're Min or if you were watching, you understand. That was a win for Min yesterday. So he can just hold his head high, even though he has to play David Baravian. And then go over to see what happens there. So honestly, if I'm in, I'm on a high. Like, hey, you know what? I lost to Magnus here, but I mean that was close. That's a close match with Magnus, not a blowout. What do you think I'm gonna do now?
That's a great question, and David Baravian doesn't want the answer to be anything but, hey, take it easy on me, buddy. I know you're super strong. I know you've got it going on. You just beat Magnus a bunch of times, but let me have my time to shine. And we have such great matchups, even in the losers bracket. As we're looking down here, Jose Martinez against Denis Lazovic. We haven't spoken about that, but Den Laz, the upstart, the prodigy from Belarus, he's taking on a streaming sensation in Jocelyn Jose Martinez, who's won a couple of bullet brawls, and it seems like he's always ready for a fight.
Yeah, Denis Lazovic is. I like the fearlessness in him. 17, going crazy, playing very strong chess. He was swinging, and he actually took down. He took down Fabi. It was just crazy to see Fabi go. Now Fabi's working on his bullet too as well. I mean, even making it this far. But Denis Lazovic is showing some strength at this young age here. He's gonna have to show a lot more though with the experience and veteran bullet player too as well. Grandmaster Jose Martinez there going to be holding it down.
Yeah, Jose, I mean, he really is so strong in this time control. He's won 2 bullet brawls, and for those of you who are not aware of bullet brawl, these happen every Saturday at Hikaru, Danya, Bortnik, Magnus has played. You name these top players, especially in the bullet time control, they're in it. Tang has played, but Jospim, Jose Martinez actually won 2 of the events. That is really impressive stuff, so do not count him out just because he's in the losers bracket, and we won't count Lazovic out either. Den Laz, he's a teenager. His whole career is ahead of him. He is going to be a star for many years to come. So I'm really stoked about this field. 4 players. They were eliminated yesterday. We say goodbye to them, but we're happy to see the remaining contestants. And Eric Hansen versus Andrew Tang is going to start shortly. This is the Bullet Chess Championship, which in the losers bracket right now, it remains the format of 30 minutes of play. So as long as you get that final game with 1 second on the match clock, that counts. And James, I know you like sports. The win by 2, that's what we're using in the BCC this year. Are you a fan of that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, I remember playing, rec ball and playing basketball. Actually, that's my favorite sport outside of chess there. I don't watch it because I'm just studying chess all the time. But basketball is like win by 2, bro. Look, we have won. Yeah, but it's win by 2. Like, I just remember those days playing basketball and like always remembering it's win by 2. So we still could win the game if we win by 2. Keeping that 1, point lead is not anything. You got to win by 2, so that's very important. I like that format. It makes it really, you have to beat this guy by 2 games, so it puts more fight in you in this.
Yeah, some good things happen in street ball, but maybe we don't want to take the no blood, no foul rule into the chess world, right? Is that how you played growing up too?
It was really tough. I was like, I don't want to do this, bro. Like, I'm just trying to play basketball, bro. Like, relax, right? So it's funny, yeah. So, but it's that win by 2 is gonna make it a completely different game.
Yeah, now in my head, I mentioned Doc Rivers before. We're talking about basketball. Now I'm just thinking about those days. You go for a layup, someone smacks you in the back of the head. So obviously you're gonna miss the shot, and they're like, "Yeah, there's nothing. Play on." No, you're like, "You just gave me a concussion. Like, that is a foul."
You swung on me. What is this? That's a foul, my guy. Yeah, you have to be careful when you're playing basketball with guys. So, but it won't be none of that today. Maybe just on the board, we'll see.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some heavy swinging. We're starting with Andrew Tang versus Eric Hansen, but we do have many other great matchups in store for you. So if you think that you're going to leave after Tang and Hansen, you're wrong. Look at this coming up right after the first match. It will be Jose Martinez against Denis Lazovic and Min Lei, who proved his might against Magnus Carlsen yesterday. He takes on David Paravian, and Paravian has been under the radar, but really, really good thus far. He took a bunch of games off of Naroditsky, then yesterday against Andreikin. That was a one-sided matchup, so Paravian is a name that you do not want to overlook.
Yeah, actually, I was talking with Danya. I was just in Charlotte. I was hanging out with Danya and Bortnick, so just a humble flex, but also still chilling with the big homies there. I was chilling with them, and Daniel was like, yeah, like, Paravian was just better. He's playing good. And if you hear that from Naroditsky, you're like, oh, he really playing good, because he actually gave him some props there, said that he was playing very good. So Paravian is not someone to actually, take lightly, in fact. And none of these matches you can take lightly, but definitely David Paravian. If you're thinking he was like, oh, who is that guy? Well, that's the same guy, when you're waking up like, what happened? What happened? Oh, you got knocked out. Oh, because you weren't paying attention. David Paravian is that.
Yeah, he really is. And, the final matchups of the day are names that I think they're going to recognize them. They don't need any introduction. They're not being overlooked. So you're going to be here all day. Let's be real. We're starting with Eric Hansen against Andrew Tang, but we're ending the day with these matchups. Magnus Carlsen takes on Alireza Firouzja. Hikaru Nakamura squares off against Daniel Naroditsky. So it's the Prophet versus the final boss in our latest matchup of the day. And then we got the world number one against the anointed challenger who didn't get to challenge Magnus for the world championship title in Alireza Firouzja. So, James, come on, let's be real. How pumped are we for those two matches today?
2 words. Let's go is what I'm saying, chat. Can we get the energy in the chat right now? Where are you, chat? Let's just put this energy up and get hyped for today, especially for all the matches, but definitely today's winner semifinals there. This is going to be epic. Everybody's watching. If you didn't take off work, tell your manager that you can leave now. No, of course, don't do that. But definitely, if you got to take off work to watch this, or watch it on your break, because this is something you just can't miss. You just can't miss the winner semifinal.
No, you cannot. And for those of you who, maybe paying attention, good on you, and notice that the Amin Ohanian match was not listed there. It's because Ohanian is in transit, I believe, and you're trying to work on an agreeable schedule so he can face off against Bortnick, but that may happen later in the day. We'll keep you posted on that. But we are waiting on Eric Hansen and Andrew Tang. It seems like Eric is having some connection difficulties. We don't want to start a match until the players are set and, they have everything under control, because the worst thing that can happen in bullet chess is you lose connection, the clock is running. That wouldn't be good news. So hopefully, Eric in Barcelona, everything is going okay there. And James, we mentioned at the end of the day, Magnus against Alireza, Hikaru against Danya. We have to start with the earlier matches, and we are excited about those, but I cannot wait for the winner semifinal.
Bro, it's exhilarating to think about. Them boys, but they about to fight. Like, oh yeah, I have something to do today. I'm gonna reschedule my flight. You know what I mean? It's that serious to actually watch these guys in action for 45 minutes, swinging and slugging it out for some championship spots. So it's definitely going to be the biggest thing, the biggest event right now around the globe.
And James, you play a lot of bullet. First of all, your clips are awesome. I go on Instagram like once a day, and then I just look, and all of a sudden there are just GM Canty videos popping up left and right, and I love them. So what advice would you give for people who are looking to improve at bullet chess?
Absolutely. You have to play it. I always say play it after, like, in order, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Usually you should not be. Don't do this at home. If you're already doing it, it's fine. Don't do it anymore. Eating ice cream, then you eating pancakes, and then you eat like a steak, and then you eat cereal at night. If this is your diet, it is what it is. But you need to fix that around, right? We start with the waffles, and then you eat chicken and broccoli, steak, whatever you eat. And then at the end, you do the ice cream. That's what bullet is. Bullet is like that. Play it after you've done everything the rest of the day. Study some chess, play some regular chess, look at things, look at games, and then play some bullet chess. But play a lot of it, 50 to 100 games maybe, a day if you can do that. It'd be nice. You got to get the game.
Wow, so reps, that doesn't surprise me. I've seen you at the gym. Reps are important, says James Canty. And, working on the tactics is what we've heard. And what's been interesting to me has been noticing how the players play when they have about between 8 and 12 seconds. Because some people, they start pre-moving every single turn. But the best bullet players, they know exactly when to pre-move and also when to make a bad move that can catch their opponent off guard.
Absolutely. This is it's a bullet art, in fact. Bullet chess, I haven't reached 3K yet in bullet. I'm like 28, like 2776, the highest ever bullet. for me. But I do know that, it takes a lot of speed and obviously knowing when you need to do these weird pre-moves or when you need to oh man, how did he know the pre-move when he was going to pre-move the pre-move? Like, how did he know this, right? That's that 3K level and above, which is very nice. I mean, it's a small group chat on chess.com when you reach 3K and above, and these guys are in.
And there's a reason why Dunn is called the prophet. It's not for that. It's based on an earlier PogChamps event, but it also feels like he's prophetic when he's playing Bullet. He just knows what his opponent is going to do, but he will need to map out everything against Hikaru Nakamura because Hikaru, he is the 3-time Bullet chess champion. He's won 3 of the 4 events here, but it's Magnus's first time in the competition, and Magnus, Alireza, Hikaru, Dunn, they're in the winner's semis. But we are starting in the loser's bracket. You lose, you are done with this competition. It's double elimination. So for Eric Hansen and Andrew Tang, you cannot afford to lose this matchup. And Eric, it seems like he is getting everything under control. We saw him on camera. He has switched his connection. I think he switched his location within his apartment there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this matchup as it gets underway.
Okay, chat. Who y'all got, chat? Put one name, Eric or Tang. Put it in the chat. I want to see him. I want to see him flying in from wherever you are. Eric or Tang. Put it in the chat. It's about to go down. This is going to be epic. I'm going with Eric, and we see that Robert Hess is going with Tang. What do you got? Tang, I see Hess. Okay, Hess. That's nice. That one is excellent. Get that man a diamond membership. Tang, Eric, Penguin, Tang. Okay.
Wow, okay.
Tang, Eric, Tang with a bang. Nice. Eric will get adopted. Wow. Woo. That's crazy. You gonna put your house on that, buddy? I'm not putting that. Okay. Well, we have tough one night chat. Very nice. Very nice to see the chat. Very active. Watching all here with us. It's going down very soon here, right?
You know what's funny is apparently the chat, there's a poll done, and they said that bullet chess is more fun to watch than basketball. So, I mean, you're on Twitch. That doesn't really surprise me that much, but it's by a huge margin. So many more people prefer watching bullet than basketball. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like you do as well, James. You said you don't watch basketball, but you love to play.
Absolutely. What about bullet basketball? What the heck would that look like? You just have to always move fast. You just can't slow down. Maybe you got time to do something and get shots off. That's cool. Maybe we'll try that. Maybe it's ChessCom. Let's set that up. Basketball and bullet chess. See how that works. And the clock has started. Timer up there. Do we have moves?
It looks like we don't have moves just yet, but hopefully they come in soon as the players get underway. But, what you said, moving nonstop basketball, it just sounds like Russell Westbrook. So,
Or D Rose, right?
Oh, yeah. Early D Rose before his knee injury.
Early D Rose. Be very careful.
This match hopefully is getting underway in a moment here. We'll try to bring up the moves as they are played, but it's going to be a good one. I'm just, ready for it already. Like, come on, stop. It's like previews the movie theater. We don't need all of these trailers for all these other movies. Just show me the movie that I just came here to watch.
I just want to see the movie, man. Come on, bro. Hey, come on. I'm trying to play, guys. And we're going to have the game up in a minute. It's going to be fun to watch. See, Chess says West Brick. That's
I wasn't gonna say it, so that's not my fault.
That said it.
Yeah, you blame chat, right? Always blame chat. If you lose a game, you blame chat. If you blunder your queen, you distracted me, chat. But we are in the thick of this first game, James, and Andrew has the white pieces. Eric with black has the isolated pawn. I would say advantage Tang.
Definitely. I do like with Tang play or while the engine goes all the way up. I mean, you see a lot of this anyway. Like, it's even hard to even analyze sometimes because you're like, and then, but then, okay, mate. Yeah, mate. Yes, right. How fast it goes, right? But yeah, definitely White has a clear advantage here. I wonder if this was a Londoner.
I was going to say it's Tang, so I assume it is. But right now, all I see is the light square weaknesses for Eric. And that knight went in. Now it's 2 bishops against 2 knights. White's also up a pawn. This is pretty much as bad as it gets for Hansen.
Takes. Ooh-wee. Yeah, Bishop's looking good there. Oh, wow. Oh, shoot. Okay, he's back in the game for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Time. You always say, James, the 17th piece. I think in Bullet, it's like the 4th piece.
Yeah. Right. We got bishops, pawns, bishops, knights, clock, rook, queen, king. That's so funny. But yeah, that's correct here. You have to be so fast. It doesn't matter. I say this all the time on stream too. It doesn't matter how you get it. It matters if you got it done. So if somebody's coming in here and they see, oh, what's the score? They see Tang's up a game. They didn't see that he flagged and might have even lost the game. They just see that he's up a game. That's what really matters here. It doesn't matter you get it done.
100%.
Oh, yikes. Oh,
you know,
goodness. Here it comes.
I see the eval bar, but I'm looking at the king safety, and I'm like, black in bullet has to win this kind of position a lot of the time. But now that the queen moved out, the e5 pawn, could that have been captured just a moment ago? It's too hard, as you said, to calculate everything and even get our words out.
Yeah, it's always too fast, right? Too fast and too furious here. Queen a7, g4. Whoa, takes.
Okay, well,
Eric. It's like the same. Well, yeah, Eric's doing well, right?
Yeah, he stole a pawn. Like, suddenly White's up a pawn. White's king is perfectly safe because the queen's off the board. And look at the clock. I wasn't expecting to see Eric up so much time. Tang is the faster player between the two. But Eric understands that if he is going to win this match, he needs to keep steady on the clock.
You also, the striking. Like, when you get hit once, you're like, all right, I'm just mad. So I think I can feel the energy on Eric right now. He's pissed about that last game that he was winning and got flagged. Kind of see it in his face a little bit, and he's moving very fast, and he's being accurate. Got the time edge a little bit. You know, he's up something. It looks like he's in the zone right here in this game.
Yeah, look, right now it looks like Tang. He's trying to keep this about at the same pace, but I feel like Tang's just a little bit faster in making these decisions. You see the advantage. It's all the way up there for White, but White is down on the clock.
White is down on the clock. That's important. He got to move.
Okay, check. Oh, discover check, blundering a bishop.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, here go Tang. And now here come the 15-second part. This hurts. Oh, but he's back in the game. Boy, all these pre-moves, caught the pre-moves, and flags.
James, I think that's what we're going to be seeing in this match.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me stand up, boy. Let me stand up real quick, bro. Hold on. Relax, dog. Look at him standing up. Wow.
Yeah, he's not happy. You saw that head shake there? He is unhappy about that game.
Oh, yeah, you don't like me when I'm angry. You don't like me when I stand up, boy. Ooh-wee, that is crazy.
Speaking of crazy, this is like a crazy London system where White's going all in on the kingside attack, and Black is trying to trade off that good light-squared bishop. And what do you think, James? The open G-file looks scary at first glance, but you don't have enough pieces in the attack.
Yeah, it's coming, though. Knight d4, this feels like some type of Joe Bava, in fact. Me and Jar Jar Binks London, but it does, bishop h6. Oh, wow, bishop f8. He just moves out the way. I wanted to double the rooks, but I can't because the b pawn. So he's going to try to work that. Maybe bishop, f4, even better. Now I can double a3 first, very accurate. Maybe b4 now, or b3, b something. You want to double these rooks. He's trying, but you got to, there it is. b3, and then double, and then try to mate. Trying is the question.
Yeah, but
he's on it.
I don't think he's going to succeed. Look at Black's rooks and bishop all guarding the g7 pawn, and the queen came back to defend as well. I feel like Eric has done a perfect job of defending, and the clock. Eric's up 10 seconds.
We go, takes. Queen takes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he's down a piece here.
Oh,
wait, what's the... Okay.
Wasn't e3 just hanging there with check, and that would have been probably checkmate. Take on e3.
Takes. Rook g5, takes. What's the time? He's up time. Cleaning up. There it is. Clinical.
Eric, that was a dominating performance in game 3. He was down by 2, and he needed that win, and he got it. So, hey, James, you picked him, and he's saying, I'm going to try to make you feel like your pick was worth it. And now it's 2-1, and Eric, he was speeding up, and that was most important.
Yeah, he stood up, too. He stood up, and everything got different. He just stood up, and it was a different game. He just stood up. Hey, let me stand up on you, young fella. And then it worked, right? So, of course, anything that does work there, even sometimes in tournament games, like you lose with a certain shirt on, you're like, man, this is a stupid shirt. The shirt's fault, So he stands up here, and he's going to work now. So with the white pieces there, got to be fast, though. He flagged both games.
Yeah, and you see with the white piece, he's up a pawn, and he can grab a second pawn, and he does. And he said, I don't believe in your attack, but I typically do believe in the attack in bullet chess. People make mistakes when their kings are in danger in classical chess, but in bullet, you get nervous. But what I love about what Eric has done, he stood up, and then he started playing faster and faster, and he's currently up 10 plus seconds.
That's crazy. That is a lot of time for real. Look how much time he has. This is amazing. And he got his great position, too, as well.
Can you take a third pawn on d5? I would be a little bit nervous. Maybe I'll play queen g2. Save my king. That's the most important thing. He goes to the open file. Can't blame him for that. So Tang is desperately trying to attack the white king, but so far there are enough defenders in front of it.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, white's winning. Queen G2 takes. I got enough pawns. I'm good. This should be a clean one. You also got D5 coming. He stops it with bishop A7 takes. There it is. Yep. There it is. Appreciate it. Bishop takes. Rook D1. Very easy here. Very easy. But you got to be fast.
Yeah, he's up enough time. That's the good news. And he's also up 3 pawns. I don't think we've seen that very often, but here they come one at a time. And what Eric needs to do is stop trying to be perfect. Just make quick moves. We saw what Andrew did, is he would give away pieces because it would take 2-3 seconds off Eric's clock. Eric is getting this one done. Okay, that was one of those moments where the rook looked loose for a second, but no, he has everything under control.
Yeah, this is it. 2-2. Ooh, Eric Hansen, a little dance, a little shuffle there. A little dad bod shuffle, as he calls it. And he gets back to work. Wow, queen to C2. Now we have our Imzo Indian. It's 2-2 after that one. Very nice.
And, well, Andrew Tang straying from the London. That's a bit surprising because it's his tried and true weapon in the opening. And Eric strikes in the center while Tang attacks on the king side. This is going to be a fun match.
It's going to be a fun game, too, as well. Okay, Rook G1. There it is. Rook G1. Knight F5 is not happening. Eric is not with any of that action. Stops everything. 94, that's a very strong move. Definitely like Black's initiative already. Got a castle, though. Castle queen side, probably next move.
Yeah, so he takes this knight off the center. Watch out for the G7 square. Look at that queen on E5. What you going to do, James? How are you going to attack me?
I'm not. In fact, he said get him off the board. Knight C7, though. White has advantage. He said sack it. I don't care about none of that. Wow. That was a great move.
And that's a great move by Tang. Rook G5, you attack the C5 pawn, answer to push your own pawn to F5. So Eric gives it up. He says, look, I have to stop F5. My king would be too vulnerable. But the king looks in a bit of an iffy spot on F6 as well.
Thanks. F5, not a piece. Don't win anything. Draw. But okay. I mean, draw.
You know, I actually think that is a likely result with a king coming. Rook F2, king D3. Where is that white king escaping to?
It's definitely difficult. There's some mating ideas, especially with the bishop and the rook and the king very close. I guess I run the king up to A3, though, believe it or not. Check king there, check king there, check king there. I'm out the way. I literally run away to A3, which he's done. Yep, and we'll pin and win. GG, get him off the board. Oh, my goodness.
And Andrew kept that lead on the clock and needed the extra exchange. It was the perfect combination to get that victory. So 3-2 for Tang. He is able to rebound after consecutive losses. And now we have a French defense. What is happening here?
French defense. French defense in bullet or against strong players is really difficult. Not the easiest, but definitely it's solid. You can get moves off really quickly, but then you realize, wait, I have to defend the rest of the game now because that's how the French is, especially when you get attacked like these guys are doing.
Yeah, but quickly was the operative word. Look at the clock. Tang with the black pieces. He's up 7 seconds. But Queen H4, Palin, Knight takes F7, anybody? We're helped by the evaluation bar. It went all the way up. Knight takes F7, sacrifice a move ago. That would have hurt Tang. His king would have been vulnerable.
Absolutely. You got to watch out for these sacrifices. Of course, H7 is a thing too as well. At Knight F4, he takes it. We're going to take it with the queen. He says, no, nothing. I don't have anything. Oh, yeah. Queen takes was a blunder. Bishop H7, which steals play, but he did it this way. And
yeah, and you want to take C2, but then F7 drops. And that's why Tang spent some time and brought his king back to G8, keeping F7 defended, but C3 keeps the queenside defended. So we have even material, but that bishop on B7, an absolute monster. The knight goes up to D4 to avoid the bishop's gaze. And I think that here we see that Black would like an attack, but where is it coming from?
Yeah, H4, he's getting attacked. In fact, H4, you got to move the rook away. Okay, it could go somewhere. Wow, Engine Eval Bar really hated that. What did he have? Oh, checking rook E5 wins the bishop. Oh, my goodness. That was sick.
Yeah.
NBA rook E5.
Wait, that rook on G6 is out of moves. It's trapped.
Bishop B3. Whoa, what a move. But it's still out of moves there. Okay, that was sick. Nice find.
That really was. And it looks like the black king should be in some danger, but the white king is also out in the open. E3 check wouldn't surprise me. And by the way, look at the time. Both players down to their final seconds.
Here we go. This is chaos. Queen H4, very quick from Tang. Black's just winning. F4 wins? No, it doesn't. Check first. That's even more accurate. Takes, and you down a piece. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's tough.
3.8 seconds was the difference in that game, and it's what Andrew needed to win it. He was also up material, but the time was the deciding factor. So we see look at this bizarre opening. G4 on move 2. I would say that Tang is tilting, but he just won 2 games in a row.
Oh no, this in the files. What I mean by that is this is just an aggressive files 101. At some point in every game with the white pieces, you have to play G4. That's what it says on page 17 of the aggressive attacking manual. In fact, that's what it is. Yeah, you have to play G4 and move for a certain move. So very nice. I approve 100%.
How is this possibly working out for white? Like, if you're watching, please don't play this yourself. Don't go to your next tournament and start playing G4 on move 2. Yeah, this is just wild. So I feel like white's king should be checkmated soon. But trading queens, it's no longer going to be made.
Not the move. He also a head shake there immediately from Hansen. They're moving a little bit too quickly. And trading queens, now I'm fine. I'm even better, right? You have this pressure on the king side. I have to somehow mate the bishop on f5 is a very good piece.
Okay, and e4 apparently a mistake. Maybe it's because the e4 pawn was loose. Knight g6 was available. Now it's defended. So yeah, this looks really, really strong for Tang, especially if he can get his other rook. Jump that rook to h1. There's going to be a barrel down the h file, and the black king's in trouble.
Absolutely. Yeah, king e. Whoa! Relax. Breathe. Hold on. We got kids watching this. My God.
That's horse, mate. That's game. That was sick.
Whoa. That's a nasty one.
And Eric now with the white pieces down 5-2. We see a French once again. If it worked the last time, why play something different? And I just think this match, it's not already a foregone conclusion, but if he doesn't get this one, I think Tang will be feeling all the confidence.
Especially after a blow like that. When you get hit like that, it's like boxing too. Like when you get hit and you get dazed, that's when they just jump on you because your knees starting to buckle a little bit and you like, whoa, and this guy hit kind of hard. That actually hurts a little bit and it's no recovery time. You just have to play the next game. So if Hansen has to recover. That's what it is. He has to stop the bleeding here. Game win streak. He has to stop. Knight f7 is beautiful.
Well, that's why he went bishop takes d8. He said, I see that coming. I'm going to avoid it this time. But there clearly are some tactics in the position. And knight d7 was a great move. And after queen d3 at the end. Trade rooks and queen d3.
Oh, it's a piece key. Wait, well, okay, yeah, it just gets the king. Well, bishop f6, though. Check. And then the king runs away. Wait, do you have bishop d6?
I think.
Anyway, he does play king e8.
Nice move, though. Look at that retreat. That's what I didn't see. I thought queen f7. Yeah, I thought queen f7, you win a pawn, but he goes bishop b4 first, and now queen e6, take all the pawns.
Yes, GG. Queen h5, actually, but here we go. Eric needs this.
Yeah, go back to f7. Go back to f7.
Repeat? Bishop takes a... Oh, no, that's mate. Yeah, you get mated. Boy, watch the mate is on g2. There is mate on g2.
Bishop d6 check. The king can't go to a7 because bishop e4. Queen e8 check. Queen... Oh, it blocks with the bishop. Wasn't expecting that. Eric's taking everything.
Oh, give me everything.
Look at the clock. I just noticed Eric's down to 5 seconds.
You got to move now. And this is not the guy to be down that much time on.
Nope, we're trading pieces, but you're not. Oh, he's not trading them quickly enough. He needs to get those last pawns off the board. He's not going to do it.
It's annoying how he flagged him. How do you do this? He's so kind. I don't know. This is in. I'm just doing me. Yeah, he flagged him.
It cracks me up when you do that. It's so funny, but it's so true. Like, he just does not react. You never know how good his position is because he keeps himself very collected every single move, just Andrew Tang. And he's now up by 4 points in this match. It was 2-2. Now it's ballooned to 6-2. And apparently some mistakes have just happened. Oh, there's G5, I think.
Oh, it was. He actually sat back down too as well. He's like, all right, let me sit down. Hold on, bro. Let me get a hold of this. Let me get my feet together. He sat down there and trying to figure this out. He is starting to run away with it. It's 4-2. Now, he did score obviously more here than the Magnus thing, but there's lots of games, and it's the fight. If he ups the speed, it's different, but then the accuracy goes down too as well, which is natural.
Yeah, I don't even know if he sat down or if Tang sat him down because it's been that kind of match right now where Tang's like, I'm in control of this and you're going to do as I say. But this position, there's a knight on d6. It's an outpost square. There's a knight on d5. It's also an outpost. But look at the black king. Suddenly, it's in some serious danger.
Yeah, definitely. Some serious. Oh, rook takes d5. Ooh, we hit him, bro. He's finding everything right now. He's finding everything. Oh, my goodness. I got to walk away from him in the rubber. Oh my goodness.
He's hungry. He went to Princeton. He is a tiger. He is just clawing at Eric Hansen's king right now. And it looks like there should be a checkmate in the near future.
Yeah, it's maiden four.
Oh.
Maiden four. Easy. Yep. Maiden four. There it is. Rook G6. Another brilliant move. This is nasty right now. This is clinical. We gotta wake up, Eric. We gotta wake up right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
They take siestas in Barcelona, but now's not the time for one of those. You got to play quickly, and you have to play well. Right now, Eric is up time, and I do think that's going to be more important for him because Andrew just keeps blitzing him. I mean, that's not blitz, it's bullet. Just he's moving so quickly that Eric just doesn't even have the time to calculate anything.
Right, yeah, it's important. You got to be able to calculate boys and girls, right? And you got to be able to calculate well at that.
James.
Again, back.
James,
okay.
Look at his position. I mean,
wow,
this is sad.
it's gross. What are my pieces doing?
I don't have the answer for that, but it does appear that suddenly Eric back in the game according to the evaluation bar, and also just by the time. Eric is now well ahead in the clock, and this is the pace that he needs.
Yeah, well, okay, we got something. He has some. Yeah, this is okay. He's gonna play E3 at some point. E3 is coming. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Queen takes D4. Just sack the bishop and just play. Look at the clock, James. It's an extra about 12 seconds for Hansen.
This is speed. That's what he needs. He needs a need for speed here. You got to be very quick. Got to trade queens. That's force. Goodness, the speed doesn't even help. Like you move faster, you're still losing. This is it's very hard to play Tang today. He's in excellent form. He is in excellent form right now. This is the Tang that you saw to make it to the finals. Naroditsky. Naroditsky got him this time, but definitely this Tang did not like losing to Naroditsky here, and he might be taking it out on this.
Yeah, I'm looking at the clock, though. Tang down to 7 seconds. He's up a piece. That's the good news. And you might throw in a couple checks if you get them. Look at that pre-move. King G6. He knew G4 was coming. This is what we talk about. The best players, the best bullet players, they know what's coming and when to pre-move. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm back in the game. Wait, what happened?
He's too fast. Tang is too fast for Eric Hansen.
Yeah, he like, hold on, let me get the mouse together. Let me regroup. Let me hold on. You see him grabbing the mouse like it's just crazy, bro. How fast you have to be with this guy.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You're like, look at my mouse. What's wrong with you? And really, what's wrong is that the opponent is so strong, and right, Andrew has the white pieces in this game, and so he is in charge and up 8-2. He's got his system, the London, in place. Rook lift. James, this is definitely your type of game.
Do you even rook lift, first off? Secondly, this is a very fun attack that you have. Queen, oh yeah, queen's coming to H4. H5 is going to be played. There it is. Queen H4, G4 can be next here, but they might meet that with rook H8. E5, knight E4. Okay, so he doesn't go for it. Oh, he's going to sack on F7. Here it comes. Oh my goodness, this is over.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're going back to playing this. What, knight takes F7. And then 96. Come on, boy. I mean, this is tactics. This is a puzzle rush.
You called it. You just said bring all the pieces forward, and there's got to be something. You just like name a move at some point, and it's going to happen. So H3, just
H3,
force the knights off the board.
Yeah, takes.
Nah.
Yeah, this. Oh, when it works, this opening can be very, very deadly here, and it actually looked like sort of a Nimzo Larsen that you can get with knight F3, B3, bishop B2, or Kale E3, D4, knight E5, bishop B3, F4, castle with that rook. Right, the regular stuff, but they came from a London, which. Like really sick. He loves it.
He loves it. He is a star in that opening. And well, look at the dark square domination. The F4, G3. Oh, whoa.
What? Relax, bro. Chill, bro. Hey, somebody. Hey, we gotta. Did y'all check his? Y'all check his task manager, right? We gotta make sure. Not. I think Chess.com checks the task manager, make sure you don't have any programs running in the background.
Oh, yeah, they do. The only program he has in his head, and it's just one that, sometimes it feels like it rivals Stockfish and Leela and all that. Andrew Tang is just obliterating Hansen in this match. And, of course, with all respect to the chess bra, Eric Hansen, but this is just great bullet chess. And when you're seeing greatness unfold, you just have to say, yeah, I appreciate that. This is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's dominating. I mean, really what it takes is you have to stop the bleeding. What is that? Which is happening right now. Very good. If he can get a win, you can breathe. All right, I'm good. You breathe. Yes, it's not over. A lot of chess and it hurts to lose like this, obviously, no matter who you are. But you can stop the bleeding, bro. Like, you feel a little bit better. And there's a double question mark.
Yeah, both sides.
Yeah, exactly. We have a piece now.
It's so 2 pieces for a rook, but this is past 8 pawn. Really hard to calculate who's better with the eval bar. It's doing that seesaw, It's doing the bench press, up and down, but it looks suddenly like black is doing really well. That passed pawn won't be stopped.
Knight b3, rook c. Oh yeah, even better. But rook takes it, and rook c1 is. Oh man, he even doing it the clinical way, the 3300 way. He could have did like rook takes b3, rook c1, which was really cool. But also this way, very very okay. Maybe he got some play here. Takes.
Clock.
Don't have
that's what Eric's hoping for. Oh, but rook takes c4. Oh, and then bishop on a1 was hanging. Good find by Eric. He's keeping this complicated, but Andrew has been the faster player. So now we're into real scramble territory. Let's see if Eric can make it work. It doesn't look like it. He's spending more time.
Yeah, f5, he's on him. But I do like the tango here, the little dancing that the pieces are doing, the minors he has. Very nice little tango. This should be one. Takes. I run the king up. I am lost. James, okay.
I gotta say, I see you. The tango, that's good. I see what you did there.
The little tango, nice tango, the little salsa dance with the dad bod shuffle.
Hey man, the Andrew Tango. Maybe he's getting a new nickname. So, he's just
Andrew Tango.
Unfortunately for Eric, it's one of those situations where it's just you can't stop the guy. When Andrew Tang is in this kind of form, there are just a handful of people who can keep pace. And unfortunately for Eric, this is just one of the toughest opponents on the planet. And this game also going Andrew's way.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, as Eric's 3K bullet, but it's just 300 points more here with Tang. It's just insane. Tang is absolutely a monster here, losing. And it shows you how strong Naroditsky is too. Like, for Naroditsky to score what happened yesterday in that score against Tang, and that's just letting you know. Obviously, Naroditsky's playing on another level today too. We're going to see him later on, but Tang is showing a dominating performance here, and Eric needs to stop the bleeding. Is that 8 games in a row here, Robert?
I believe so, and also now it's about to be 9. He just dropped the bishop d7 at the end. And Eric just shakes his head like, yep, I missed that one, and this is gonna hurt.
Somebody in the chat said that adoption, like Eric adoption, and I laughed at that. But this is very close. I did not think it was gonna happen. I just didn't. I don't think many people thought that adoption would happen. Right? I leave for 5 minutes and it's 10-2. Naroditsky in the chat, yeah, it's crazy. Nero, what is he doing? Naroditsky, he's mad. He's mad for what you did to him.
This is Danya's fault. I think we can all agree on that. That Danya, you did this. You unleashed the angry Tang. And as James says, he's always calm. He's always just very stoic. But now he's mad, and he's taking it out on Hansen.
Yeah, I was right. I'm very zen. And very calm. Very calm.
It's so funny, and he's gonna make quick moves. Doesn't even matter if they're good moves at this point. He's up 4 seconds, and he's going to win on the clock. And there it is, 3.9 in the end. So it's now 11-2. The match obviously is over in terms of the overall winner, but this could be a 10th straight win if Andrew gets it done with black.
Yeah, that's crazy. I really thought adoption wasn't possible with Eric playing bullet here. Like, no, he's not going to adopt them. But this is the adoption game, and Eric needs to win this, or he got adopted. I'm honestly shocked that even happened here. It's just showing how strong this man is right now. Tang, that is. Chat says tangry. He's tangry.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good one. That's a great one.
And it's kind of what you were saying, that sometimes when someone loses all these games in a row, people in the chat, they like to make fun of the person who's losing. But I think we just have to say how well Andrew Tang is playing. That's why Eric is losing. It's not like Eric's playing badly. It's just Tang is faster. Tang is finding sick rook sacks and all these checkmating ideas. And speaking of checkmating ideas, look at Tang just push all these pieces up in front of the king.
Yeah, and Tang he's in the zone. He's actually, you don't just get a 3,300 bullet rate in there. 3K, you don't just get either. Eric Hansen has a very nasty rating, high of 3,256, actually. So close to 3,300, but I think Tang's may have been higher at that point. If we have 3,256, Tang might have been 3,400 probably, but it's another level right now Tang is on. You can see he is very calm and stoic in every game. I think he had one blip where he was like, "Whoa!" Actually, earlier in this game, but now he's taking over the initiative.
Yeah, and he removed the knight and just is the position's closing on the king side. That's good news for Eric. The bad news is he just made some kind of F2's hanging, right? Isn't that just
shook his head there? Wait, what happened? Oh, it's still his move. Yeah, Queen F2 take. Oh man, that's an adoption. He got adopted. I can't believe it, Robert. I knew Magnus could do it. Like Magnus is do it to everybody besides like Hikaru and like a few others. But he got adopted, bro.
That is crazy. That like shocks me. And what's this?
Oh my! I'm out of here, man. Look, hey, you on your own, Robert. This is. I'm about to go call them people. Hello, yeah. I got a report or something.
You know that game that just ended. That was actually crazy, and I think we should show that after this match concludes when we have a second, because it was a very short game, and we can explain why Eric resigned. But that was just really what's happening today. Like, I have no words for it. It's just Andrew Tang is in stellar form. He's now won 11 games in a row.
I mean, honestly, especially the way that happened. It was like a 12-second game. The one that he just lost. It is a tilt here, and it happens, especially when you lose many games in a row. It just hurts, bro. It hurts. It hurts. Here he has something. He has knight b3. Now, finally, he can get something. Now you just want to see the man get a game, and I think he might get one here. Bishop takes e5. We hit mate. The rook hanging in the corner. There's a little bit from Andrew Tang there saying, yeah, that was gross. That one, you can't. If he win this one, I mean, it should be like a mercy rule. Like, yo, I'm out. Can I just leave the match, right? If you can't win this one, right? So bishop takes, you take on b8. Like, I'm winning all this material. I should be able to be able.
Yeah, I'm looking at the match clock. Under 40 seconds in this match remain. So if somehow Andrew can keep this game going, he may see this to be the last game. Otherwise, he'll have to play one more. But yeah, he resigned. Yeah, this one is completely busted for him, and he's down the clock. So the next game will be our final one.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I mean, shoot, if I'm Eric, I'm just happy to get out of this. You know, it is what it is. Okay, Tang, you lose to Tang. Like, Tang is very fast, and we know him for what he does. So, great. You know what I mean? Like, you still can hold your head high here. It's just you want us to do more in this match. From Eric here, I totally understand.
And we see Tang, going for one of these D4 setups. He's just doing his thing, and he pushes in the center. Now it looks great for white. Keep pushing those pawns. I think we're going to see another huge attack.
Absolutely. F4, right? He plays London in all-time format. It's classical. It doesn't matter. He just loves this London system here. I'm the same with the Jar Jar Binks, Java London. Love playing it. F6 and G6. That makes some weaknesses. Yikes. G6, Queen H4, H5, G4. What the heck is that? Yikes. C4 is a blunder. Oh, yeah, obviously. Open the king.
Yeah, the knight's going to come in at some point. Knight G3, knight up to F5. H6 is loose. Maybe the queen would like to join the party for white. I go, Queen F5.
Yeah,
Speaking of joining the party.
GG. I guess it's nice. Has something more accurate. Queen G7, Queen H5, H4 though.
Ooh, nice move, because now H4, the knight moves out the way somewhere. I don't know where. I mean, knight takes E5.
Oh, that's cute.
Is knight takes E5 a thing here?
Yeah, knight D5. But then takes, and he takes on G7. What is going on? Calculation.
Oh, apparently that was a game in knight F3 check or something. This is so confusing.
right.
That's
bullet 101.
And now it's back to winning for white. Right? That's what happens in bullet. Also, Andrew's up a lot of time, so maybe not the perfect game, but still a game that it appears he's going to take.
Take on H6 and GG. Hit the button.
Yeah. That is the match. Andrew Tang moves on, guarantees himself at least $4,000 in prize money, and at minimum top 8 finish. So congratulations to Andrew. It's unfortunate that Eric had to be the player who is going home. A lot of fans out there for the chess bra, but I think with this match now in the books, we just have to clap for Andrew Tang. That was a masterful performance.
Very masterful, right? I'm very stoic. I mean, I just got in the flow. I lost 2 games, and I got in the flow, and I did better. And I'm just going to keep playing and hope for the best. He did very good here. Shout out to Tang, a dominating performance today. It's what he does, right? And he lost to they losing in there. Ditsky, he was like, he just really woke up in this match here. So congrats to
For sure. So Andrew Tang moves on, and that means that we know one player who is going to be in the losers bracket round 3. That's Andrew Tang. But we still have more matches in round 2 coming up. So it's going to be really a long day of chess, but a fun day of chess here in the Bullet Chess Championship. And with that, we're going to have to scurry on over to a break. We don't have time for anything but that because we'll get right back into the BCC matches when we return in just a few moments.
Chess is great for the brain, but it's also fun to play. And Chess Kid makes it easy to have fun. Whether your child is a total beginner or a prodigy, they can hop on and find a well-matched opponent from around the world at any time. Chess Kid is the safe, parent-approved way for your child to play chess online. Chess Kid is educational. To kids, it feels just like playing, but chess is a great way to learn patience, strategy, and critical thinking. Chess Kid features a comprehensive training program that guides kids to level up on their way to mastery. There are more than 50,000 chess puzzles and a whole library of entertaining videos that teach strategies, tactics, openings, and endgames specifically for kids. Chess Kid is easy. Whether you're a parent helping your child, a coach managing dozens of kids, or a school of hundreds. Signing up is free and easy, so what are you waiting for?
What's the best way to follow any chess event from the Champions Chess Tour to the Candidates, Speed Chess Championship, Title Tuesday, FIDE World Championship, and so much more? Chess.com/events has all of the top chess tournaments played both over the board and online. Analyze and review games from the world's greatest players with live commentary, cloud analysis, opening explorer, and table bases. Find all the key event information, including schedules, prizes, results, news reports, player bios, tie breaks, and more. Even compete by voting for your predicted results. Explore chess.com/events today on web or with our iOS and Android apps and experience chess like never before.
He's locked in. He is Jospum, Jose Martinez, Grandmaster from Peru. He lost yesterday's matchup to Hikaru Nakamura, but he is about to square off against Denis Lazovic in the loser's bracket second round. Superstar in his own right, two-time champion of Bullet Brawl. James, do you think he's ready for today?
Oh, he definitely ready. You can see the face. He's focused. That man's ready to go. He doesn't like losing. I don't think anybody does, especially at this level here. The man locked in the room. You see how clean that room was? He focused. The room's super clean. The door bolted and locked. You can't get out unless you get the key and do all this other stuff and do a backflip, right? The man is locked in right now. So it's going to be nice to see a locked in Jose Martinez versus a very young and strong Denis Lazovic.
Yeah, if anyone can get past a player like Jose, it's someone like Denis Lazovic, who took down Fabiano Caruana yesterday. That was a very interesting matchup between the youngster who was leading and then lost a couple games but was able to right the ship at a critical moment. We'll also have Min Lei taking on David Paravian. Min Lei, a hero. He's like the people's champion right now because he went toe-to-toe with the giant that is Magnus Carlsen. It was even for a long portion of that match before Magnus was able to pull away with a 3-point match victory. So, Min, he is definitely somebody you want to keep your eyes on, but as we keep saying, don't overlook David Paravian.
He says, men always like, I'm so wholesome. You're so wholesome. That's what he likes to say a lot. And you never can say anything bad about Min Lei. I mean, he's just very wholesome, right? When you watch his streams, it's just all love there. Like, you can't not love the guy. And Big Min for the win did his thing against Magnus. Yeah, you're playing Magnus. If I'm him, I'm feeling very confident. In fact, maybe even a close number 2 or 3, obviously. Hikaru was there, Firouzja, but I'm feeling really good after, hanging with Magnus the way that he did. So going into this next match, I have a lot of confidence.
Well, with that painting behind you, it's always a wonderful time. And Min Lei, that's his username. That's his stretch. He's getting ready to go. Like, this is a sporting battle. He wants to win. He wants to move on. He wants to better his performance from a year ago. And if yesterday was any indication, the way he played against Magnus was superb. And David Paravian will have his work cut out for him.
It's funny. I think they both they've played before, and it's more like the hair twirls. Wouldn't this?
Yeah,
when they play?
Exactly. Yeah.
The hair twirl championship with them boys, like Min Lei and David Paravian, both was. I think they was both twirling at the same time, and they both wore glasses, and he twirled in the same direction. It was like epic.
You're totally right. They are two of the most prolific hair twirlers in the chess world, and there are many. But we see that both matches are underway. On the left side, it seems early going there. Ooh, knight takes d5 by Jose Martinez on the left-hand side of the screen. That was a tactical shot, winning a pawn in the middle. And on the right-hand side of our screen, we see that Min with the white pieces. He's getting his system, James. You know he loves these types of positions.
Absolutely. Those Londons are very, very strong. I mean, he's a London system player too as well. You saw what Tang just did, Eric, with some Londons. I mean, Min does the same thing too. Many strong players with the London system, right? Even, Gada Kamsky, right? Famous fun legend there. He actually likes the London as well too. He's like, the London system in games always favor white. All these people that like the London, even Magnus Carlsen. But Queen G3, oh my goodness.
Ooh.
No, it's off the board. Get him off the board. What is he doing? What is he doing?
My goodness. Bishop on d4, pinning that f2 pawn on the right-hand side of your screen, and now the queen has fully infiltrated. So black has 2 money pieces for rook, but most importantly, David Paravian has an attack and has enough time to execute it.
Get him off the board. Okay, you got to warm up here, my guy. Did you do some puzzle rest today, man? You got to do some puzzle rest or something today. That one definitely hurt. And then David Paravian didn't miss a beat there.
Well, warm-ups, they should help you, but Jose warmed up by playing in Arena Kings. He started with a perfect 10 out of 10, but in this first game against Denis Lazovic, he's down in exchange. So he's down on the clock, he's down in exchange on the board, but he just got his exchange back as soon as I said it.
Exactly. Now it's a draw. He's like, oh, I'm good, man. Shoot, I got to, get the jitters out is what this is a little bit about, is getting the jitters out. A lot of times you get jittery. Oh, man, I'm playing this new person today. And then you get in the swing of things. I think Danya said it best too as well. Like when you have when games are being played in those first moves, once you first get the moves off some few games, then the jitters go away and you just back in the alley.
Well, we saw a draw in the game between Jose and Denis. So, fine start for both of them and a checkmate there for David Paravian against Min Lei. Min will definitely be disappointed by that start. He overlooked a tactic in front of his king, and that cost him the first game. So we see something Min slow start, but how to get the handicap out of the way. I don't think that you are giving any handicaps to David Paravian. We saw how he competed with Danya and then how he beat Andrakin. So yeah, you do not want to be down against him.
No, yeah, you're not giving any of that. And it's definitely Scandinavian land for Min. He's been playing this a lot. He likes these type of positions. But I mean, I'm like, David's race 3, my man's just, I mean, he is in great form. This is a scary David right now. I'm not even going to lie. This is a very aggressive chess. Definitely a fan of this. Relax, bro. Chill, bro. David. Hey, man. David, relax, bro. Wow. He is really coming at Min.
Yeah, what is that? He just C4 coming up next on the right-hand side of your screen. He's going to win that pinned knight on D5. So what a start for David Paravian. And on the left-hand side of the screen, it looks like Jose Martinez is up a minor piece against Denis Lazovic. I see an extra knight, but that queen infiltrating and the beast. Oh, gosh, what a find by Jose there.
Hey, give me the queen. I appreciate it. Thanks for the generosity. And we keep moving.
Yeah, he's moving in the center. He's opening it up for the queen. The queen needs that space. Otherwise, that passed c-pawn could be dangerous. And we see that David Paravian breaking things open for his pieces as well. Min fighting very carefully.
Yeah, G7's hanging. Then we move the queen, and then we queen. D4 comes back. Pushing. No mate. Check. I'm out the way. Have a nice day. And C4, queen check. It's getting spicy, boys. Check. What do we do? Check again. Okay, king d6 played. You win? Maybe take on d5. You don't even need to. Yeah, everything's pinned up. What is this, a draw? What?
There might have been rook takes rook with queen c4 check to follow, but now white's queen.
Oh, man, you're right.
Being annoying. Look at Min's clock, by the way. Min on the right-hand side, he is down on time against Paravian. And by the way, Jose Martinez did win that game. And, that's check and mate.
That's mate. Oh, my goodness. David, relax. Hey, man, that boy is going crazy. That was sick. Whoa.
Sometimes it's nice to be the underdog, right? Everyone's talking about how Min was doing so well against Magnus. He's the person to beat in this match. And David's like, hey, I'm here, and I'll just let my moves do the talking.
Right. He's like, oh, okay, y'all want to talk about Min? Y'all ain't talking about David? Cool. No problem. And then he's proceeded to start working. I mean, he's definitely putting on a show right now. Very unexpected to see Min being down 2 in the first 2 games, but it's only 2 games. A lot of chess.
And a lot of hair twirling right now from Min. So there it is. It started. James, you called out for it, and it has begun.
And he's doing beard twirling and hair twirling. You know what I'm saying? He got to twirl something. I even got the 2 pawns, right? They always pawn check me. I got this on stream. We always have 2 pawns at all times, right? No matter where I am, I always got 2 pawns on me. Pawn check me if you ever see me. But I do twirl. Of course, you do the pawn twirl. All players do something. Twirl it. Look at him twirling his fingers now. Ooh, that was sick.
Twirl his queen next to his opponent's king and deliver checkmate. That was nasty.
Yo, that was nasty. Min is finally feeling a little better there. That's nice. You can breathe. This is what you need. Stop the bleeding, and then, all right, proceed to work. So he's back in the game.
The other matchup, is also going on still. Just keep everyone updated. It's a draw in the 3rd game, so it is 2-1 in Jose Martinez's favor. But in this game, this looks so solid. That's why he played these Scandies. He gets into his comfort zones, where you may not play that in classical chess, but where there's not much time, he's like, I know that I don't have any easy targets.
Right. It's really annoying. In fact, playing against Scandi, when the Scandi players get their positions, meaning very solid play, can't do anything, and now you reach an end game, they trade all the pieces, and then you lose. Like the psychological factor hits. Then you're like, I was trying to crush this opening. Now we're in an end game that's equal. Now they're better. Like happens, right? And that's very nice. It's Min style, 100% for this format as well. Rook e4. They take a rook e4. Right?
Yeah, he wants to keep pieces on it, it would seem. And for anyone who tells you that multitask is a myth, look at Min multitasking. The hair twirling is getting quicker and quicker. The play is also speeding up. Yeah, this is honestly very impressive here. But David, look at the way he's playing. Now we're in equal endgame. He's actually the one who's slightly ahead on the clock. And while Min's king is active and hiding in front of the pawn, both sides need to be careful here.
Both sides do need to be careful. A lot of times these do favor black, but on these, the Scandi part, we're like, okay, the opening was a success for Scandinavian players, right? We used to end game. but this should be a draw. Now, we say should be. I mean, really anything happens, and especially in Bullet, anything happens. But this should be a draw.
I think that there's good chances for David. He's down on the clock, but that F5 pawn is so weak, and the Black King is misplaced. So if David can get some quick moves in, here he goes. His king is coming up. He's going to win the F5 pawn.
Unbelievable. That is crazy. That was definitely supposed to be a draw, but it was not. I mean, you can't call anything. You know what's funny? Those King Rook versus King Rook, and you still get flagged or you still lose. That tilts you right there.
But that's the thing about Paravian. He is actually very quick, and he knows how to pre-move well. That pawn is up there. He is trying to push it. There it goes. He's going to get a queen. And he pre-moved rook e7.
Clinical. You ain't gonna mate, are you? You gonna mate?
It's close. It's close, kitty.
Is he gonna do it?
Oh, Paravian. Oh, my goodness. 0.2 seconds was the difference maker, and that's all he needed. He gets the win. He is now up by 2 points in that match. And in the other match between Jose Martinez and Denis Lazovic, we see that it's Jose who has the white pieces right now and a 1 point lead. So that match is very, very close.
Yeah, that's a very close match there. As going to be lots of action in that one, I think, especially as they're going back and forth. It's really about that win by 2-2 as well. But here in this heated matchup with David and Min there, I mean, they are trading blows in the way. David is definitely up. He's up 2 games, which is what you need, but there is a lot of games left. Do not underestimate David. I think Min is very well aware of that.
So true. And Paravian doing well in that match, and Lazovic, the underdog in his. And I'm looking at the left-hand side of our screen here, and we may even zoom in on this matchup for a bit as we try to keep track of both. And looks like David just blundered badly in the center, allowing rook takes d5. Pieces are falling for David, but I see Lazovic's knight is entrenched on d4, and his other knight is coming to join the party. It seems very nice for Lazovic, who's also caught up in time.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good night with them knights looking like that. These knights, as Hikaru says, they look very good. But then look at them move them, both of them back. They were both on d4, e6. Now they're on f8 and e6. Like, insane. Bullet is just, sometimes we say, this is just not real. Like, it's just not real. You know, especially when you hit 30 seconds too as well. Weird things happen. Very weird things happen. But, whoa, takes.
Let's trade queens. Jose, I think, blundered before. He went for a knight sacrifice, but there was no follow-up to it, and now we see the problem with it is that black is simply up a knight. The black king is a little bit unsafe, but it doesn't look... A takes b2. Thank you very much. There's a queen.
Ooh, geez, that's a queen. That's me. Yep, give me that too. Okay, knight somewhere. There it is. Push up. Very fast. Very quick.
He's fast, but he's being a little too fast, I feel like, because he's previewing so much that he gave away most of his material advantage.
Definitely gave it back. And he's running around. It's possible. What's the 4 seconds? Oh, this is anybody's game.
Yeah.
It's anyone's game.
Oh, both sides trying to queen, but Lazovic gets there first. Good pre-moves by Lazovic. Great job by him. And he takes that. He ties the matchup.
Oh, that was so fast.
Yeah.
That was so fast. The pawn got down there so fast. Robert, I thought he was cheating. Like, how did he get there that fast? It was like crazy. Did you see the pawn queen?
Hey, Lazovic knows how to get it done. He also played this exact setup against Fabiano yesterday. So Martinez, he is a King's Indian player as black, and Fabi was doing the same. But look at these knights, these holes in the position for Martinez. He's got to deal with it, and he just trades everything off, hoping that this liquidation helps his cause.
Takes bishop h3. I got the bishop pair, but I don't have the extra pawn. Okay, bishop pair does compensate for a pawn. Sometimes too, it depends on the position, obviously. But I mean, black is pressing. Maybe the knight is kind of ugly on the rim there. A4, MP6 is a little weak. I like white. Knight of 7. Yep, there we go. And then what do we do? G4. Okay, knight of 6. And
he's just running around, it seems. The light square is very pleasant for white, but E4, one of those moves that at least gives black some activity and hope. And what's the material? Suddenly it's white who's up a pawn.
G2. G3. Being active. Oh, yeah, this definitely looks very nice for white. Open position. Bishops look good. Pieces are active. This is a recipe for disaster. For the black pieces here, if we can convert rook b7, is nice. Knight of 5, even better. Hold everything. Rook b7 coming.
Yeah, no, your move is definitely coming. Rook b7 will hurt.
What,
and f2
knight g7 was a piece too. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he went for like a one-off little check. Look at the clock. Denis Lazovic is 10 plus seconds ahead against Jospin. We know how good and fast Jose is. Yeah. Maybe we're overlooking or underestimating Denis Lazovic.
Okay, well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. He is high. His rating higher than Eric's. It was 31-51? 31-51? Bullet, boy.
Oh,
Bullet.
he just blundered a piece.
And he blundered.
As we're hyping him up, he immediately blunders.
31-51, bro. He 31-50, and he blunders a whole piece. Okay. Cool.
Even 31-50s blunder pieces too. They're just human. But what he's trying to do is he's been trying to win on time, and he's playing a little bit too quickly and blundering material, and now he's actually behind on the. What's going on? What's going on with Dennis? Did he lose connection?
Dennis.
I think he's frozen. Look at him on camera. He hasn't moved. I think he lost connection.
Look at Jose like, I'll take the dub. Yeah, give me that. The little shuffle, the little shimmy there. Whoa. Yeah, that's tough. That is the internet gambit, as they call that one. Dennis went down to the internet gambit there, and that sucks. It really does, but it is part of online chess. It's a thing. It does happen. I hope he gets back very soon.
Oh, I think we've seen him move, but I felt like I was watching Arnold Schwarzenegger in Batman or Mr. Freeze. Like you're stuck in place. You can't do anything. But now he is back. He's overcome it. The ice has melted, and hopefully for Dennis, he's able to come back. But you see the time. He's down to 37 seconds because he didn't have his connection, and that is part of the match. All players know that. It's unfortunate, but it's in the regulations, and they should be well aware.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's in the relegate. It's part of it, and that's online chess for you. You can be beating Hikaru and about to checkmate and blunder your queen and lose the game. Guess what? You lose the game. That's how it happens. It's part of it. It's the game that we play in online chess in this day in chess, right? So tough, definitely tough there. But now maybe Jocelyn can use this to his advantage. He is up a game here. Then it's only being down one game. Doesn't mean anything yet. A lot of match left. 15 minutes.
And actually, Dennis has played a really nice game considering he started down all that time. He sacked an exchange, trying to go for the attack. But on the other matchup, it seems like Min, you see the way he's grabbing his head, he looks a little bit distressed, whereas David Paravin, he's like, okay, I'm just going to look at the board, keep doing my thing, I'm up 2 points.
And you know what, that's very nice for David, I think, in a psychological standpoint too as well. And, Min, hopefully he's just playing his game. That's it. And getting over the fact that I think he kind of knew that he was a favorite going into this. Especially after having a performance with Magnus. I mean, who wouldn't feel like, bro, I was beating Magnus. Like, I only lost by 3 games. Like, I can do anything, right? And then you go in here and you're down 2 games against David Paravian. So you are not actually, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here. It's going to be a lot of work. B3, ooh-wee. Bro.
That's a fork. It's a baby fork with the B3 pawn hitting both rook and queen, and now all of a sudden David is up a lot of material. But that black pass pawn, we know how dangerous these can be in bullet games.
Definitely. Gotta be careful here. It is still a lot of game left. How much time is left up there? 30 seconds. 30 seconds apiece.
Plenty of time to make the most of this advantage for Paravian. And yeah, it looks like he's doing a really nice job of converting it. He's just he's giving up material. That's actually a very good lesson. Not just for bullet, but for all types of chess. When you're ahead by a lot of material, sometimes you give some of it back to make your life easier.
There you go. Lesson from Robert. I always listen to the Robert Hess lessons. I actually had one lesson from Robert. I never forgot to. I even use it. Like, whoever controls the pawn breaks controls the game. I was like, dang, Robert does. Oh, and then never forgot it. It was like years ago. So, Robert always giving us the little lessons. Make sure,
look at Jocelyn's board. Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off while you're praising me.
Oh, that's nasty. Jocelyn, it was knight takes c4, right? After that?
Yeah. You know what I've learned from you is, G5 and we live.
Oh, G5 and we live. G5 and we live, getting off the board. That's right. And G4 for the score. That means, guys, push your G pawn if you're an aggressive player. At some point in the game, you should have a pawn on the G.
Yes, and look at Min, by the way. He's getting lower on the camera. He's grabbing his head in more frustration. David Paravian up 3 points in that matchup.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. I mean, like, if I'm Min, I just have to get over the fact that Paravian's very strong. Play my game. Like, just stop thinking about that I was a favorite and all this other stuff, right? I just got to play, bro, and play better, which is easier said it down. Like, oh, man, just play better. Like, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, let me try that. Let me try that, bro.
That's a good try. I mean, he's trading off all these pieces. He's the better end game because of the pawn structure. And you know what the biggest problem is, James? Is that you're supposed to be COE, calculation over everything, but you don't have time to calculate in bullet.
Wow. So we had to, I mean, we need some, where's Chaz, you watching, man? We need to get this one of my mods. He works with our thumbnails and merch. So, maybe we go IOE, intuition over everything when you're playing bullet, right? Or, speed, SOE, whatever. You need to have more than calculation in this bullet chest here. It does help to calculate. You just don't have the time to do it.
And I'm looking at the boards here. By the way, Denis Lazovic, he is up a lot of time, and that bar is going all the way down in his favor because he's about to promote his passed pawn. So Lazovic down 3 points, but it looks like he is getting this one with a second queen appearing. Good on him. And on the right-hand side of the screen, it looks like David Paravian, he's down a lot of time. Min is going for the speed. That's what he wants right now, but he's dropping pawns on the queen side.
Definitely dropping those pawns there. And what is it looking like in the time? Time is up a little bit. A couple seconds for Min there. Min wants to convert this, but definitely not looking likely at all there. Quick head shake. Probably going to end in the draw. We always say that, and then something crazy happens. Mate over there on the other board. Who just won that game?
That was Denis won.
Denis? Okay, Denis won.
Okay, I feel like
close match.
I feel like Min's going to flag him. I actually mentioned this a lot yesterday when Anish was playing against Ohanyan. You have to be shameless. You just flag your opponent when you're ahead on time. And Min has that experience playing against Danya, playing against the others. You just move your rook a bunch of times. Don't fall. Oh, he won. Look at that. There, he got it.
Hit him, split him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, anything happens. You got to be quicker than that. You got to be quicker.
His king just climbed the ladder up the H-file to G6, and there it sat to help deliver a checkmate. So a win for Min, and now he's back in this match. He's only down by 2 points, and looks like Denis Lazovic, he blundered something because he is now down a piece against Jose Martinez.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, being down a piece against anybody, these guys, it could be over. But, of course, and the time, you got too much time to convert that way. That is tough. That's going to be a tough one here. Ooh, whoa, takes. Okay, got him, yeah. Winning up a lot of material, keep the clock up. Should be a clean one.
Aquila saying, "I've seen Min come back from far worse. Let's go!" Yeah,
wow.
Min, he's a legend. He's played so many online games. He's a popular streamer, and right now he's trying to come back in this game with the black pieces, and he is because Paravian just blundered horribly. There's Rook G8 and Rook takes H2 with Knight G4 to follow.
Ooh, that is gross. That is nasty. Queen F6 takes. Yeah, you can't even go Queen F6. So he goes Knight A4, but he just takes it. And like, what your next move? And your next trick, buddy. Oh, okay, hit the button.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's going to hit the button there. He played Queen F6, Rook H2, take, Knight G4, and it's there. Yikes. That was nasty.
And I feel like with under 10 minutes remaining on the match clock, the players are starting to go into the gamesmanship territory of these matches where they're like, normally I resign. I'm completely lost. I'm also down a queen in some seconds, but I have to play this out because I want to waste time off the match clock.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you playing in Speed Championship? Yeah, you're like, no, I need to wait this clock out. I'll wait, and just play it every single game out until checkmate, especially when I'm up. And if you're up and you start to lose a game or two, you really want to keep that lead as much as you can. Your opponent is going to be coming at you because they're down. Hopefully you're able to react correctly to that if you're up in these games. But whoa, what the heck happened in that game? Oh my goodness.
Min's been making mistakes, and he's now down on time, and he's not even up material. If we do a quick count, it's Rook Bishop and a couple pawns for a queen. So, there goes the bishop, there goes the pawn, there goes the neighborhood.
Bro, man, what? Look, Bullet is this is when I'm like, yeah, Bullet isn't real. This just is not real. Now, of course, the time pressure makes everything crazy happen, but wow, what a turn of events in that game.
That was winning for Min, then suddenly it wasn't winning, and then he went full Pac-Man and just ate everything in his sight. So Min is now down by just 1 point in the match. Meanwhile, Jose Martinez, he looks to be pulling away from Denis Lazovic on the left-hand side of your screen. He is up by 3 points, and he has an extra exchange, and he needs to deliver the knockout because he is down just 8 seconds on the clock.
Ooh, yeah. Did not find him. Oh, man, it was not made. Check. He ups out the way. King H1. Is he going to take the draw? Yeah, I ain't got no time. He said take the draw. Wow. I was completely winning, but how? I don't actually know. You have to rock the King H3.
Yeah, he could have pushed some pawns in front of his king, but when you have no time, you'd rather secure the draw than flag trying to win. And so now we're back in the Min match against David Paravian, under 8 minutes of the match clock. This to my eyes, looks like a very min position. It's no clear weaknesses for White whatsoever. He's trying to improve his pieces one by one, and there's e4, gain a little bit of space. But it's a lot of nothing, right? It's just you're not even getting an advantage. You're just playing for your comfort zones.
Oh, yeah. Of course, playing for your comfort zone is a very good place to be. You can play very fast when you're in your comfort zone. You're playing the stuff you always play, right? This is important to do. Trying to play stuff that you're not as familiar with, you can get down on time, which, of course, we talk about all the time. Time is definitely a piece in Bullet. Like, Robert's like, yeah, it's like the fourth piece right after the knight and the bishop, Pawn, knight, bishop, clock, rook, queen, king, right? So, very important in Bullet chess. You have 7? What is this? What are you doing?
No. Look at Paravin.
Like, he asked this man off the board.
He's like, James, you're asking the right questions. What am I doing? He can't believe he's talking to himself. And now he's made it.
What is he doing?
Oh, my
Look, mate.
gosh.
Queen G5. I mean, that's Rick up 7. Whoa. That's an even match.
He's doing that thing where you take a drink after, you get a good move or a good position. So he has quelched his thirst. And for David Paravian, yeah, he's mad at himself. He threw that one very badly.
Absolutely. And if I'm in here, he stopped trolling the hair. That's how you know, the pressure, I'm good. Okay, go right back to it. All right, wait, hold on. Let me twirl a little bit more. So, he's working now. He's like, I'm back in the game. It was actually a 2-game match. And now, very nicely. Yeah. Men's back.
He's back. And for Paravian, you need to stay calm because your position, he goes H4. James, he's playing in your style. He is a player of your own heart.
Oh, 100%. I love his aggression. He actually plays Grunfeld too as well. I check a lot of Grunfeld files. I was about to say there's Rook H7. That's exactly right. I saw it, chat. King H7, Queen F7, Rook H8, Rook H1 Rook H1 May. I couldn't even say it. I was so hyped. I saw that instantly, and he played it. I was so hyped to see that.
And they're both twirling their hair, but only Rook G7, Queen F6, things like that look like they're in the air. Maybe it's Rook G7 and Rook H1 first, but he goes Bishop F4, and
Rook
that
H1
apparently was a mistake.
Rook H1 first, yeah, that's nasty, bro. Rook H7, Rook H1 first, yeah, because he had that weird knight H7 move.
But look at the clock. It's Paravian who has the lead. He's slowing down because he's trying to find the knockout. That's the wrong time to do it. If he noticed that he was up 10 seconds, he could have played quickly and won a time, and now he's frustrated with himself.
He's like, come on, bro. Come on, man. He's like defending. Like, yeah, man. When men is in form, he's in form. You can't. Look at the defense. Wins championships. Rook H7, real hard flex, stood up hard, and it's not all the way winning yet. Of course, it still takes some time.
Here Queen F6, Rook H8. Oh gosh,
Men goes down there. That Rook H7, sick boy.
Yeah, it would have been sad for him to spoil that move because that was a sick one. You spotted it real fast, and Paravian goes back up by 1 point. And we should remind everybody, as we have, that it's a win by 2 format. So as long as Min doesn't lose another game, even when the time elapses, he stays right in this match because you have to have a 2-point margin.
Oh yeah, it's also 4 minutes left here. Wow, spending time there was so horrible, says Greg Shahadi in the chat. What up, Greg?
You said it like, I know you like Greg, but the way you said it is almost like you had some animosity. You're like, Greg.
What's up, Greg? No, Greg's my guy. I have no animosity to him at all. That's my buddy. He does that CrossFit thing. He actually lifted. Oh, the Greg in the chat.
Yep. And it looks like Jose Martinez, he is up by 4 points, but Denis Lazovic, he's taking this game. It's supposed to be a 3-point spread there. So with 4 minutes remaining, that gives Denis a chance. He needs to keep winning. He cannot stop winning, but Jose's doing the right thing by letting his clock run out.
Yes, in fact, he's up that time. Not up time, but I'm up the games, which is very important. If I can just hold, do whatever here. We got 3 minutes to make up this deficit of like 3. And you actually need 3 games to tie it. Then you need to have the obviously 2 win by 2 there. So really, yeah, it's up to Denis Lazovic to make it close, make it a 1-game match, so we got more time to play it.
And this match is very close. It's a 1-point lead right now for Paravian. It doesn't look like it's going to be a 1-point lead for long because look at Min. He pushes his past a pawn, then steals all the kingside pawns, and Paravian's just trying to move quickly. He just has no ideas in the position as it's completely lost. And he resigned.
Lost. B6 coming, just got up out of there. I need to get the game going, whatever. Ooh, back to it.
And Min goes back to that Scandi. We see that he just puts these pawns out, b7 and c6, f7 and e6. He wants that solid structure against the light square bishop, and he keeps doing it, and I feel like Paravin's handled it very well.
Yeah, this line is very aggressive. I mean, like this line is so nice for white. I don't know why I'm not even gonna lie, this is like the most aggressive line you can play. For the Scandi with the the pawn sack on d4, he pushing the pawns up. It looks like some type of Sicilian, and he didn't play c5, right? So it looks really, really nice for white. Oh my goodness.
I feel like David Paravin has to be one of your favorite players. Just watching him play this style of throw all his pieces at his opponent, and it's been working out pretty well for him. But right now, it looks like Min has stabilized.
Yeah, the thing about Min is his defense is so good. It's just like the solid game that he has actually translates a lot into his defense as well. He's very nice with tactics, obviously too. His defense, is like, bro, how did you defend that? Like right now, what just happened, and under this time pressure too as well. Very incredible to see.
What a move king d6 was there, bringing his king up the board. He realizes, okay, he may drop the a7 pawn, but it's even material, and if the white knight ever takes the black knight, that fixes black's pawn structure. And otherwise, to watch out for rook h1 check, knight b4 check, and that's a forced mate. That's why he pinned rook to b7 to stop knight b4.
And the chat is actually talking about the Hero Twirl Championship. I think it was me and you commentating it too when it was both twirling at the same time. It was like a Hair Twirl Championship. There's a queen and whoa, what a game.
What's funny about that is black queen with check. Normally you're the side who wins when you get that in, but white's king is safer. Black's king has to be checkmate in a few moves.
Yeah, you get mated or queen bare minimum here. He found mate in one. Queen f6 mate. Boy, this game is heating up. 1 minute left.
Yeah.
1 minute.
And we are going to stay on this match because Jose Martinez, he's locked up he's up 4 points against Dennis Lazovic. I think Dennis is going to cut it to 3, but there's not enough time remaining to get a couple more dubs. And whoa, Min just stole a pawn in the center of the board. So David gets a win, and then right away, Min has an extra pawn in a good position.
Yeah, right, that's so annoying. You're like, all right, I got to close it out. Probably not this game, but hey, just keep playing. You know what? Maybe let's just stabilize. I'm up a game, right? Then you start thinking differently. So, he's going to stabilize. Okay, I got the pawn back. Like, hopefully I'm okay.
But look at how good these bishops are for white. Bishop takes a7, you take on b4, there's bishop c5, hitting both rooks at once. So Min has a clear advantage and an extra pawn at the moment. And yeah, this is going to be pawn push central for white.
Mm-hmm. This looks like a clean one, to be honest. Like, he's just going to push them boys.
Here it goes.
And it's probably going to be even. Just keep going. It's the sudden death. Keep going, guys. We got more chess in this match.
Yeah, unless Min blunders like a checkmate out of nowhere, even a draw means the match continues, but it looks like he's well on his way to victory. He is up a past advanced pawn all the way there on b7.
Yeah, it's an extra pawn too as well. The one pawn that I'm up is all the way down there, restricting the pieces. Bro, relax. Why you king on ace3? You really, that's what you're doing, bro? That's what you're doing, huh?
Is there some kind of
king f1?
King? I want, yeah, exactly. King f1, king e2, rook h1 mate.
And rook h1 mate, yeah. Yeah.
Where's he? Bishop c8. Wait, there could be a stalemate trick. Like if you weren't careful there and you let those pawns to push or something, that black king was out of real estate.
Yeah, that was funny.
No!
Eddie.
Oh my gosh. Min was up a piece, completely winning, and that's the commentator's curse. That's just good. I think it's good analysis by us, but maybe we curse Min a little bit.
That hurts, man. Oh man, I'm so mad, right? I'll be so mad. Dang. That is crazy.
And what else is crazy? Yep. What is this opening? Black has these double E pawns. White's pushing the pawn up on the A file. This is strange.
Yeah, this is very strange here. Oh man, knight g5, rook e1. Whoa.
Uh-oh. Min cannot lose this game. We're officially in overtime, right? This is the first of 6 games here, and Paravin's just taking it to him.
He definitely, he's trying to, hey, if I can get away with that, I can get away with anything. He says. So I think he's feeling a lot better, especially from what happened in this game. Queen a3 threatening bishop c6. He's to defend maybe rook e8, bishop g5. I mean, we just have everything aimed at you, brother. Bishop G5 played. There it is.
You are correct. Min's a great defender, but as you shouting at that rook D1 is great. Just keep bringing pieces into the attack. There must be something here. Is it Queen B4, Knight B4, Bishop F6? Oh, he doesn't find it.
No,
and Black's back in this.
Not sure what it was.
And James, a draw is perfectly acceptable for Min, right? This is win by 2. So Min, if he gets a draw,
D6. Yeah. D6, simple. D6.
Blundered.
H5. Okay, B3. Okay, restrict. H5. No. G3. H5. Okay, nope. Nope, don't play it now. David is going crazy today. Somebody stop him.
Oh my gosh, that was sick by Paravian. And he's taking this match.
Let him rook. Let him rook.
Let him rook. I love that. That should be a shirt. You know, normally you can let him cook, but with a rook, I love that, James. And I don't think that Min's loving any part of this. Paravian takes the match. He wins it by a score of 9-7. Yeah, Greg Shahadi, that was incredible play by David. He just took down one of the Goliaths of the online sphere. This game should not count. The one that we're seeing here, it's already game over. So they started a new game just out of habit. But Paravian indeed moves on. He has won this match by 2 games.
That's crazy. I mean, everybody around the world, except probably David Paravian fans, was saying Min is the favorite. I mean, me and Clement, Min, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Min. Also, I'm a fan because of how well he did against Magnus. Very rare you ever see that. David Paravian today was able to take down Big Min for the win. That is incredible.
And he was so locked in that he was ready to play that next game. Like, he probably, in the back of his head, was like, didn't I win this match? It doesn't matter. I am just going to let my moves do the work. And they did. David Paravian takes down Min Lei. Min Lei, who took Magnus Carlsen down to the wire yesterday. Unfortunately, his time in the Bullet Chess Championship has come to an end. We're huge fans of Min Lei. Great streamer, great player. But David Paravian was up to the challenge, as was Jose Martinez. They have identical scores, 9-7, as Jospin and Paravian move on.
Yeah, he's more of a dark horse now. Now they're really paying attention. They're like, yo, David? Like David? Question mark. Yeah, David. Right? That's how it is right now. He's taking down Min there. Jose can be happy and smile as well. He won his match there, but wow, that was epic. Definitely 2 good matches and more to come, Robert. That was.
Yeah, for a second there, you said all those Davids. I felt like I was listening to Moira Rose and Schitt's Creek. That was David. David. He is through. He has made it to the next round. So as we look at the updated bracket, it is Paravian and Jose Martinez who make it into the next round of the losers bracket. So as you see here in front of you, Nakamura versus Naroditsky, Carlsen against Firouzja. That is coming up next. But we have etched a couple names into losers bracket round 3. Paravian takes down Min Lei by a score of 9-7. Andrew Tang, that was a one-sided affair against Eric Hansen, 14-3. And Jose Martinez, he was able to get by Denis Lazovic, the teenager from Belarus, gave it his all, but it wasn't quite enough against the Bullet Brawl 2-time champion in Jose Martinez. So, this has been fun already. There is so much more fun to be had. But before we head to break, I want to give a shout out to maybe the most fun chess tournament of them all, because people love PogChamps. And yes, PogChamps 5 is back. It is coming soon. It is starting very shortly. 16 of the world's biggest creators will go head-to-head in the greatest event in amateur chess. Brought to you by Chess.com and PogChamps legend Ludwig. Watch your favorite creators like Cutie Cinderella, CDog VA, XQC, Tyler One, I Did a Thing, and more fight for their share of a $100,000 prize fund and a ticket to the live finals. Yes, live finals in Los Angeles. Use the command POG in chat for all the details. And well, it's going to be an amazing PogChamps, but first, we are going through the Bullet Chess Championship. The winner's semifinals begin right after this short break. We'll see you in a few.
Your subscription makes shows like this possible, which is why our Twitch subscribers will never see ads on chess.com. Connect your chess.com account and Twitch account at go.chess.com/connectaccounts and bang, boom, voila, you're done. 100% ad-free bliss forevermore. Whether you're following our events on site or on stream, type the command connect in the chat, and thank you for helping bring these shows to life.
Interested in becoming a chess streamer like your favorite creators, such as Hikaru, Gotham Chess, and the Botez sisters?
Come on, look at this! Woo!
The Chess.com community streamer program is growing every day. Whether you're just getting started with streaming or already established and looking to expand your audience, you can now connect your account to Chess.com and have your stream promoted on the game's largest platform. Simply link your account at chess.com/settings/connected accounts, set your category to chess on Twitch, and start streaming. You'll get an ad-free experience on chess.com. You will pop up on our list of live streamers. Your chess.com profile will feature your Twitch stream, and your stream will be linked to your games on our Play server. Type Command Community Streamer in chat and start growing your stream today.
Everything right, but not anymore.
He blundered his knight.
And this is how it's done.
I was worried about rook f4.
What's happening here?
Oh my gosh. King g5.
He found it! Oh my god, Norbert in trouble!
Magnus knows it. He just gave you the Magnus like nod.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's losing.
Oh,
Right here.
wow. And Nonabek loses on the clock.
And they're finishing it off in style.
And Magnus takes it because it gets him the match victory. What a match performance this has been by the world number one.
Oh, hello.
Oh, and now just seconds on the
was
clock,
that?
and Wesley down the 22nd walks into a pin. Wow. Magnus Carlsen with the black pieces delivers checkmate. Oh my god, and we have a winner. Magnus Carlsen checkmates Wesley So and wins the AIM Chess Rapid.
Who is the man in the mirror? That is Magnus Carlsen, and he has left the building. He can do that when he's the number one player in the world. He's fresh off the AIM Chess Rapid victory. When he plays tournaments, he often wins, but this is his first time in the Bullet Chess Championship, so he's never won that title. James, will it be his first? Oh, did we lose James?
Always put him.
We lost James, but he might be back, and hopefully we get him ASAP. But now it's just me. Sorry about that, everybody. I was there just like you all. Like, hey, I want to hear James' thoughts. That's the person I'm chatting with. That's the person we all want to hear from. But we also want to see Magnus Carlsen take on Alireza Firouzja, because that is the match that is coming up. That is the player that Magnus said, if he wins the candidates, I will square off with him for the world crown. That didn't happen. Magnus abdicated the throne. But today, we do see that clash. It is Carlsen. It is Firouzja. It is next. And following that, we will have Hikaru Nakamura taking on Daniel Naroditsky. So we have two of the best matches you could possibly ask for in the chess world, starting with Carlsen and Firouzja, finishing the day with Nakamura and Naroditsky. I know you're not leaving. I know you're not going anywhere. You are getting your seatbelts fastened because we are in for some epic bullet matches. And these matches actually have 45 minutes per side. That's what happens in the winners semifinals and onwards. In the winners bracket, it's 45 minutes. That lessens the variance. It gives players more time, and it still is win by 2. So a rough start doesn't mean the end of the road for the players. They will still have a chance to fight on. And speaking of fighting on, it seems like James Canty has done just that. He has fought through a little bit of rough connection, and he's back with me. What's up, partner?
Yeah, man, it was the internet gambit. It was the same thing that got hit with, Dennis Lazovic had a little internet gambit. Sometimes it just blips, it happens and just weird things happen sometimes with these computers these days. But we are back and we are ready to see Magnus go at it here with Alireza Firouzja. Guys, how is the chat feeling? I need some energy from the chat. I want to see the chat absolutely go crazy right now, because this is about to be a crazy, legendary match right now.
And I want to see everyone in chat. Well, I won't see it because I'm not looking. But I want you all to let us know who you think is going to win. Will it be Magnus? Will it be Alireza? And this is the match that we are about to witness. So it seems like there are over 5 million channel points gambled by chat on the predictions. 60% of you said that Magnus will take down Alireza. And when Magnus is playing, usually it's more than 60%, but there's nothing guaranteed in a matchup against Firouzja here in the winners semis. James, I'm going to put you on the spot. I know your internet gambit just happened, but I'm going to have to ask you, will it be Magnus or will it be Alireza going through the winners final?
I'm going with Big Mag with the Mag. That's my guy, of course, but I do like Firouzja as well. Firouzja's a very strong attacking player. I love looking at his games. But definitely like Magnus a lot. He also shouted me out one time when he was streaming. So I'm like, oh, Magnus, what's up, dog? And I was like, fire. And actually, I saw him in Dubai, chatted with him for a little bit. So, Magnus is cool, right? Obviously, I do want to go with Magnus here. But I think I'm excited to see the chess overall because of what these guys bring to the table, both over 2,800 in classical chess. So, it's very good to see them just clash. And hopefully they can even play. I mean, you don't study bullet games, but these you may be able to. In fact, of course, some of them, it may be a Roy Lopez down to move 40 theory. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that happens with these guys. So it is a fight to see. I'm excited to see.
And I thought you were going to say that Firouzja will bruise you, because I really thought that you were going to pick the upset special with Firouzja. And actually, is it really an upset? Like, these two players feel so evenly matched in bullet chess. They both have up there with the highest ratings, along with Hikaru and Danya and Andrew Tang when Andrew's in his best form. So I feel like we can't even really call it an upset. In fact, if we ask Magnus, I wonder if he thinks that Firouzja might even be a slight favorite.
Yeah, I think, he knows. I mean, they played so many games together. And like, even he said for the World Championship, he was like, I'm not really interested unless Firouzja is there. Like, so he really respects Firouzja here. So I think Magnus is going to take it serious. And when he takes stuff serious, that's a scary thing, because then Magnus bringing out that extra level that makes him number one for so long, right? So I'm excited to see that. And Firouzja wants to challenge that. He's like, yeah, I mean, I know you number one. I beat you before. Let's see if I am going to win this bullet match.
And here we go. So you don't have to wait any longer. People were waiting for Magnus versus Alireza. Now they get it. It is game one. Magnus with the white pieces. He adopts a pretty solid setup. So far, nothing too major has happened, but that D4 square, black can sink a knight in there. That could be good news.
I just learned something so quick already. I mean, I'm a KID specialist, and I love King's Indian. I just won against a strong IM in my last tournament. KID for life, right? Is what we say. But what he did was he moved his knight from f8 around to e6 very quickly. Got the knight over to h7, so it was pretty quickly. And Magnus is holding everything.
It's a game of knight maneuvers. That knight went from e6 to c7, and it's up to b5 now. So it can't stop, won't stop. The knight continues its tour of this board, and now the white knight's turn to improve itself.
Lots of maneuvering. g4, knight f3, bishop g4 there. Whoa, trade. Knight f3.
So I feel like black is doing quite nicely. Look at this activity for the pieces. Ooh, g5 fell off, but was that a blunder or a sacrifice?
Yeah, because he didn't move instantly, I think it was a blunder. But, I mean, he did find something out of that. He's still doing well. Oh, my goodness! King's Indian for the win. We don't ever have to play another opening. King's Indian for the win once again. Can we get some KID in the chat? King's Indian defense. I'm always a special place my heart with that. Can we get some King's Indian in the chat? Who likes King's Indian defense? This one's a wrap.
That queen is trapped. It's go up to e2, then you force the queens off, and you win the ensuing endgame. Magnus resigns. He doesn't want to test Alireza's mouse speed. He knows that it would be over. So Alireza Firouzja is the first player on the scoreboard. He gets up 1-0, and now in game two, Magnus, he's given up a pawn. Will he get it back?
That is the question here, is will he get it back? Okay. I do like White's position here, the space. I mean, it's this advantage. He got the queen to e3, everything's defended. Then he attacks the pawn again. Castle's like, hey, g4? Hey.
You know what? That knight on e7, is that really a knight? That doesn't look like the pony that kids dream about. That knight can't go anywhere. Oh, but those pawns are all dropping off.
It takes, yeah, they now drop. It can get out to Magnus here. Queen g5 takes, yep. Magnus is back. I don't think he's going to let this one slip.
But if you take this bishop on c3, then white takes the knight on e7, and then there's knight g5 ideas. That king is in trouble, and now b7's gone. That gives white a passer.
Oh, my goodness. Bro. It's about to be a 2-0. Firouzja, relax. You know this is Magnus, right? Like, you know this is Magnus. I mean, I don't know if you know that. Like, this is Magnus Carlsen.
It's
Maybe
Magnus
he's winning
Carlsen.
now? There it is. Yeah, okay.
He's like,
yeah, he resigned.
All right, you get this one. It's 2-0. And another reminder that we are 45 minutes of bullet chess in the matches in the winners semifinals and beyond in the winners bracket. So this gives Magnus more time. Even if he loses this game, he has a little bit more time to catch up. Sometimes, James, people need to find their rhythm. They just can't find their form from the start.
That's right. It does take some time there. We do have actually NBL in the chat. Oh, NBL chat. So dog is he's going for the for Alireza there. I think he's for Alireza. Rook takes e4. Interesting.
Yeah, what's happening here? It looks like the rook just has to back up. And the a6 pawn, that is going to be a long-term target. So Magnus just trying to coordinate his pieces. And shout out to MVL, one of the best chess players in history, a former World Blitz champion. He's had so many successes to his name, but he's rooting for his compatriot, that Alireza Firouzja plays for France. And bam! Bishop h2 check will follow if the knight were to move. So Alireza just won a piece. He's probably thanking his friend Maxime for stopping by.
Got a little freeze there. Okay, we're back. Hey, what happened? Actually, internet. think we're good.
You're good, James?
I think we're good. I think we're good here. What happened in this last game here? Alireza, bro, what? No, it's 2-1, right?
No. Alireza won again. He doesn't stop winning. That's what's happening.
Wait, is this really 3-0?
It's 3-0. It is.
No, that's not a typo?
That's not a typo.
Robert, let me ask you again. Robert, is this a typo or my internet went out a little bit?
It's not a typo.
Is this...
Magnus has not won a game in the first 3. He's trying to win this 4th one.
Yeah, you crazy. You crazy. I don't believe it. I got to go back and watch the VOD.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Magnus allows E7. The pass pawn can go up, but Alireza doesn't play it first, and now the E pawn is gone. He's just dropping it.
What is this? Okay, so if he's back in the game, I was just kind of silent here because I was just looking at bro, Magnus is out 3 games. What if he loses another one? Then I'm gonna be over here sweating like I'm playing, literally. Whoa, yeah. That's just nice. Yeah, he's winning now. Magnus.
Yeah, his bishop's protected by the rook, and so now he has up 1 pawn. But very importantly, the white king is in danger, and the h2 pawn. That's essential. You need to keep that one, and black has gained a passer.
Dang. Whoa, push. Oh, we can. Yeah, this is just over. It's over. Just hit the button, resign there. Respect, right? But let me keep playing it. Play it out.
Yeah, he resigned now.
Whatever.
Look at the clock, by the way. Magnus finished that game up 15 seconds. He played fast, he played well, and he put pressure on Firouzja both on the board and on the clock.
I am very impressed. I think everyone is right now. I think everybody's on the edge of their seats seeing Firouzja go 3-0. Whoa, hey man, hold on, bro. This is supposed to be cool. This definitely was crazy. To see. I'm excited to see the rest of this. Obviously, B3, okay, B5, take. This is all theory. H3, yeah.
Yeah, but this is the type of theory that I know puts you to sleep. You're like, come on, where are the Tactinos?
Exactly, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this was none of those in this game. But of course, he could have tried B6 at one point after C6 just to keep the pawn as a wedge there. But it might be weak after C5. Whatever, pull the game right. But still, very theoretical. Rook B1. Yeah. B8. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. He wants to trade because E4 is now loose and it's grabbed, and that's an extra pawn for Firouzja.
The rooks takes. He does not. Knight C4, F3, knight F6, takes. D5's hanging. D6 is hanging. They both hang in there. It might be draw. He can definitely draw these type of positions, but bullet changes everything out.
It does. I'm looking at the clock. So, of course, we see the eval bar suggesting that Firouzja is better, but I'm looking at the time, and Magnus up a couple seconds. So he's going to use that to his advantage. You can't afford a knight trade. That's why he drops his knight back. Firouzja's doing this perfectly. Just go after white's pawns, and you get a bit more active.
Look at that. Magnus getting Magnused. You know what I mean? When do you ever see that? Magnus getting Magnused in the end game right now. It's still chances for a draw. Still chances. Very difficult.
Yeah, you know what you just got to do? Just move. That's all you have to do if you're Magnus. Look at the clock. Yeah. I don't think Alireza has enough time to convert this advantage.
Okay. This is a moment of silence right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm silent. I gotta see if he's gonna convert this. Oh man, check, move. Okay, yeah.
Knight G4.
He's doing good. Progress.
Firouzja, he's almost there. Magnus paused, which was probably not a good thing to do there at that moment. Because now Firouzja has it.
He's beating. Oh my goodness, this guy is unreal. Firouzja, relax.
And Magnus is frustrated. You can see it on his face, that deep sigh of just what do I have to do to survive against this youngster? But Firouzja, he's determined. He wants to win.
Yeah, he is ready to beat Magnus here in front of everyone. He's trying to. Now, obviously, Magnus, it's a lot of time left, 36 minutes, but Alireza is up 3 games right now. And he's in great form, very hot. We're going to see what happens here. Wow. This is crazy to see. Okay, so focus takes, rook D1, queen E7, everything equalish.
Yeah, opposite colored bishops, but white's queen is just annoying to the black pawns on the queen side. So everything protected in the position for both players. I don't see a single weakness. And now the pieces are coming off. So as you said, equalish is probably leading towards drawish.
Definitely, yeah. Bullet changes everything too. That one mistake, in the end game on move 46 when you should have went king e6 instead of king d6. Now you zugged out Dvoretsky page 820, right? You actually then you lose in a bullet game. Like, it's crazy, the high level bullet.
And I mean, we agree with that by a Ninja 26. This should be broadcast on every existing screen in the world. Yeah, this is two of the best players of all time, two of the best players currently, who are now going to try to flag each other. They'll probably just make a repetition in a bishop of opposite color ending. So the draw has happened, repetition, and that means that Firouzja keeps his 3-game lead. How is Magnus going to take Alireza down? That is what we need to see before we can believe in Magnus's chances.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of d5. Whoa, that is not familiar with that. I think there was some recent theory with this. Oh, yeah, it was Jordan, right? Jordan Van Forest, I think. Black. It's like some interesting stuff. Rook c1, 5, bishop c2, or bishop d5. e4 doesn't care about any of that.
Yeah, white has the center, but black has the bishop pair. And you mentioned Air Jordan, who's been a second for Magnus before. And look at these pawns. What is happening in the center of the board? Rook takes e5. There's g4 blocking the pin.
Oh, that's nice. So he could have taken the f3 first. Queen f3 hits f7. So he takes. Now he goes for it anyway. Oh, rook d5.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so many tactics.
Yeah, but white has to be better here. Look at this. You're going on the attack, on the offensive. Rook c6 comes to mind, and it's played. And now it's a pass pawn. d7, rook c8.
Yeah, he's feeling good. There we go. Magnus back.
Yeah.
Magnus back there.
That's a dub, because the black king can reach e7, but there's knight c6 check at the end, and we're seeing something like it. I think Alireza will just resign in a couple moves, or maybe, there is the resignation. I say maybe he's thinking about match strategy. Let's play these out. It's too early in the match. There's still 34 minutes remaining. But in the back of his head, he's like, all right, I have the lead. Maybe I should burn some of the clock.
Right, maybe he should burn some clock here. And then we have a French, man, another French here. Magnus has been playing a lot of this lately, actually. Frenchies. Mm-hmm. I hate giving up that light square bishop, but that is theory. I like going more bishop d3 to keep it than queen e2 here. Same position, but you still have a bishop here.
I'm with you. I love that light square bishop in the French, but it looks like Alireza says, I'm just going to lead in development. But Magnus has found a way to castle. So he has the bishop pair, and if you get e5 next, followed by bishop e6, suddenly we're talking about an advantage for black with open space.
That's what he does as well. He goes back to c3 instead of queen d5 check, allowing bishop e6. Queen c3, take, bishop f5, and this is a fine French. It's kind of annoying when you get the French like this. Black definitely has some nice chances himself. He might have g4 there.
Rook c. It was queens. I was going to say, bring something to c4, bring your rooks in the game. And I guess white has a pawn advantage on the queen side, 3-on-2, but black has such a nice central pawn on e5, and I don't see how white makes any initial progress.
Very difficult to do that. Oh, that's a nice knight, though, on d5. But it's only a good knight. It just looks great there. Yeah, bishop c6, that was beautiful. g4, man, look at this is the Magnus work. Magnus working there. Pieces on the greatest squares. King on f5. Can't really do anything. King runs in at some point. f6 is defended. This was a clinical way to do it.
Here it comes. King e4, king f3. And that should be that. Okay, f5 is a nice move to include. But here comes the black king. f4 check. He allowed f4 check.
Oh, my goodness. He hated it. You can see it in his face. He's losing. What is this, bro? This doesn't make any sense. Takes. This is bullet chess for you.
Look at the clock. Speaking of bullet chess, Magnus is ahead on time, so he's losing by position because he was doing all that funny business. But he's actually, is he ahead? Not for long. Now he's behind.
4 seconds here. Pre-move. Everything's pre-move from this point out. Yeah, he's going. He got this rook. What is going to happen? Oh, he flags. He hits the table. He smiles. Oh, this is about to get serious. Oh, man. He mad now. Mad now.
My goodness.
Oh, man. This is about to get crazy.
Firouzja gave away his rook because he was essentially pre-moving. Magnus took the rook, but didn't have enough time remaining to steal the last few pawns and secure a draw. So Firouzja gets another win. Magnus slams the table. He gives a smile, though, because I think he appreciates it, right? He's like, all right, respect, young fella.
Yeah, he's definitely mad. And it is respect because he said, even the world championship, like, hey, look, I'm not interested unless I'm playing Firouzja here. So he always has this because Firouzja, everybody gets challenges there, but man, Firouzja is up, 3 games on Magnus like it's nothing. Look at Magnus molding. Oh man, this is crazy to see. I've never seen this. Never seen this. I don't think Chad has either.
Magnus is simply down a pawn right now, but f5 is a good move. The black king cannot enter back on the e-file. There'll be rook e1 check with the skewer. So white's trying to push the pawn, go king f4, and look at the clock that Alireza just burned. Suddenly Magnus is up like 8 seconds, and now the advantage is also heading back towards his direction.
Yeah, it's looking good here. Takes. I mean, he's getting the right positions. What's the time? Okay, so he's up 10 seconds.
Oh.
How is that losing? Are you kidding me? What?
Great move by Firouzja, getting his rook behind his passed pawn.
Yeah, it takes, and you're not fast enough. If you sack the rook, he's trying, though. He got 2 pawns. You're going to check him and push him away.
It's a win for Firouzja. Wait, sorry. I thought it was white's move. I thought there was like a pre-move, but it was black's turn after rook h8. So both sides have just queened. Wait, what's happening? Rook c8 and take on c4.
What happened? Oh, he's back in the game. Oh, man, Bullet is unreal. I don't know. I'm over here sweating like I'm playing. Like, this is... Wow, this is so crazy to see. Okay, b6, z. I'll take, yeah.
Yeah, just go to the a file. So what Magnus can do is just pre-move, like, nonstop. He should just go king a2. He went Pac-Man, but he could have went king a2, king a1, and so on. But that was crazy, James, because Firouzja was completely winning. And then Magnus, he just took all the tricks out of his bag, and he saved one.
Right, he saved one there. He definitely got away. I would breathe a little bit. All right, I can breathe, because that was going to be 4 points. When you get 4, not only are you mad, but you're down 4 points and you're mad. That's different. That is a different feel. And time is running out. I remember looking at the clock and it said 45 minutes at some point, right? With 29 minutes, guys, right? I mean, we love seeing these games, but the time is eventually going to run out and someone is going to be a winner here today. Right now, Firouzja up games on Magnus. 3 games. Insane. Let's see what happens.
Knight e6.
Whoa,
he goes for
relax,
the sack.
Man.
But it feels like white's king has no shelter.
Definitely takes on c4, takes on because queen c6. Oh yeah, played it anyway. f3. Yep. Yeah, black's super dominant. You have no pieces. He did too much there.
Yep. 2 minor pieces for a rook, and black has a very safe king, and now the initiative with all these pieces coming forward. So Magnus, he needs this game. He's also up 15 plus seconds. That's good.
Over. Yeah, you can just resign. Yeah, this is over. He's just starting another game. He got crushed that game. In fact. Magnus, yeah, it's a mad Magnus. That was a dominating game here. 5, yeah.
And this opening, Scandinavian, it worked out for Magnus, playing some offbeat stuff, trying to, keep Alireza out of his comfort zones. But suddenly it feels like Ali's back in the game, except for the fact that he's so far down on the clock.
8 seconds here, and then we could see a flag on the other end.
So rook b1, he gives a couple checks. Magnus needs to flag him. He takes this rook. That was a very smart move, bishop to b4.
Okay. What is happening? h5 doesn't work. Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. You see the eval bar going nuts here. Okay, f5, bishop back up. We got material. b2 is hanging. Not anymore. Check. King moves. We check again. Wait, what happened to the...
He's pre-moving. Magnus is trying to play very quickly, and that's why he's giving away pieces. But we do see that Magnus... Oh my gosh! He's moving too slowly. He takes the queen, but he's going to lose on time.
Oh!
Firouzja gets it.
Oh, he loses on time. He loses on time. Oh. Did he lose on time, bro?
He did, and you could tell he took one from Taylor Swift. He's trying to shake it off. But Firouzja says, I don't care how I get the dub as long as I keep on winning.
My hand might be going through the computer. If I'm like here, Magnus, the whole arm might go through the computer there. He flagged him again.
I wonder how the internet connection is out there in Barcelona, the hotel that the Chess Bras and Magnus are staying at. That doesn't seem to be what's deciding these games, but at any moment, you need to make sure. What? Wait, wasn't rook takes d4 a free piece?
I thought it was too as well. Wait, that's just free. Yeah, that's just free. That's for me. Rook takes d4 was definitely a move. Oh man, you can see he's over here in using the words, whatever that is. That's definitely probably some adult language. Wow, I'll mention what he said over here, but it is definitely not looking good right now for Matt. He's just Firouzja is working, unbelievable here. I really thought Magnus had the upper hand. Not even gonna lie, but I think everyone did. But wow, he got some work to do if he's gonna come back.
It's what I asked. Is Firouzja even the underdog? I actually didn't think so, and he's proving that he can hang with Magnus, and not just hang with him. He has a big lead. And right now, Magnus may be up about 8 seconds, but Firouzja's up a pawn. So I don't know how to weigh that trade-off.
Yeah, ooh, that was nice. That G4 there. Takes. Wow, yeah, you got to draw to this. Okay, you know what? Let's stop saying that. These games don't. It's a draw, and then they flag. This is anybody's game. Even White can win this, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. But the clock situation is, it's getting closer to level. That's good news for Firouzja, who's up a pawn, and I think he wants to win this game. He's looking at Magnus and saying, "You're not quick enough to hang with me."
Wow. Them words would never come out of my mouth. Unbelievable, But right now it is working in Firouzja's favor. He had 2 games by flag. And again, it doesn't matter how you get it. It matters, did you get it done, right? So he does. Oh, wait, he moved, and he may not be getting it done here, baby boy.
And let's see the speed from Magnus. He's not putting the king in check at all. He needs to put that king in check.
Definitely the internet.
Woo! He won
point one.
Oh, and Firouzja left his chair.
He got up.
Where'd you go, Alireza? Do you think he threw the mouse?
Where did he go? He probably did. He might have thrown the mouse off instinct and oh, my bad, I forgot. Let me reach in the box for the next mouse because I got a box of mice next to me because I break a lot of them. 0.1.
Wow. And for once, Magnus steals a victory. That one was ever so close. 0.1 seconds left. That is all you need to win a game on time. And now we're back to a 3-point deficit. And if we look at this game here, it looks like Magnus, with the black pieces, has control of the open file. He also has a 10-second lead on the clock. So Magnus, James, he's been jumping out to the early leads in these games, but then Firouzja speeds up, and that's where he does his damage.
And the problem is, Firouzja is not only speeding up, but he's playing super tricky. Some stuff is very accurate. Then you get these attacks and these tactics out of nowhere because he's a tactical absolute wizard with this stuff. Firouzja is, of course. And Magnus can spot tactics too as well, but even in Magnus' style, he just doesn't care as much for the opening advantages. He likes the grinds, the slow chess. He can do anything. Universal player.
Ooh.
But Firouzja with these tricks, man, and the time being quick. Ooh, G4 takes. That's clinical.
Magnus could have traded pieces and said, I don't want to trade pieces. Look at the pawn structure. Double ISOs on F file and D file, and the rook just fell in the corner. So now black is up a full piece with the safer king. Bring your knight into the attack. There it is. Oh, but Queen of Fate. Watch out, Queen of Fate.
Queen of Fate. Oh my God. Queen of Fate.
Oh, he played no.
Oh my God. He played Queen.
Oh, and Firouzja might break another mouse.
Magnus with the heat. He shook his hands off. Let me shake it off. Let me stretch and flex real quick. Y'all forgot my name's Magnus.
Oh my goodness. Firouzja did the worst thing imaginable. He took that rook, which was smart, but Magnus saw that coming. He said, if I take your rook, I get checkmated when that pawn promotes. He ran his king away, and Firouzja was pre-moving. You can't pre-move that early. I think he himself would tell you that if you asked him advice on how to improve as a bullet player, you can't pre-move that early because when you get hit with an unexpected move, you're the one who's going to be in trouble. And, well, we're looking at trouble for Magnus. He just won a couple games, but now he's just a terrible position from the white side.
This is pretty gross, but he did definitely win back, and now he's feeling good. Got some games in. It's a 2-game match. I make it a 1-game match. We can play this forever. Of course, we don't allow that here with the format, but we would like to see it, and people have took off work for this. Let's go. Rook C3. Rook G3 does have some type of attack. Head shake there from Firouzja.
Because look at that. Rook H3. He doesn't want a black rook to help in the defense. And E3. Just a calm little move saying you are not going to take on E2 with check. Now the black king is hunted. Queen G7. Queen takes F7. There's probably other things. Oh, Bishop C6. He doesn't even go for the check just yet.
Wow, because he wants Queen D5 after all of that. Queen G7, Queen F7.
He blundered in a lot of queen trade.
Jeez.
Oh no. All his pieces are gone. And he's mad. He's very, very mad. I think he's trying to convince himself that he can do this by shaking out all those blunders.
Shake it out. You know what? That's what we doing. You shake out the blunder. All right, cool. Let me shake. Shoot. A lot of y'all need to hyperventilate shake. So let's get the shakes out. If we shaking the blunders out, that's what we doing. Perfect. Shake it off, chat. Take it off. Take the blunders out. All right, cool. That's the new thing.
Yeah,
What?
There's the Harlem Shake, and then there's the Magnus Shake, and then there's
Magnus Shake.
then there's the chocolate shake that I want to drink. So either way we look at it, it looks like Magnus, he's playing a good game here. Rook D2 hits B2, hits F2, and Bishop A6 is going to hurt at some point as well.
Or Rook is on C2. He's bringing a lot of rooks to the 7th here. Takes, Bishop E6, very strong. A4 wants A5, looks like. Maybe Rook to B1, takes on C6, though. D8 is hanging. Magnus with a head shake there. Seen a lot of that, man, from both sides, too. But, man, he's just really frustrating Magnus. It's understandable.
So, A4 is on a light square. C4 is on a light square. That's good news when you have a light square bishop. And down goes a pawn. Firouzja decides to sacrifice it to give Magnus double pawns, but this is looking good for black at the stage, and I'm looking at the clock again. Magnus is the faster player out of the gates, but then Firouzja, he gets into that next gear at some point.
Yeah, I think he started getting into that next gear after he figures out the opening, is what I'm seeing. He's like, oh, this is what we doing? All right, cool. Then you just start speeding, which is causing some of his demise well when it comes to like that pre-move game where he sacked the queen. It was brilliant, and then you lost immediately afterwards to the pre-move. So, and here we go.
I saw a feature chat that mouse might be too small for him and causing him some pain. So, if we do get an interview with Magnus, we'll have to hear about it. He does actually seem physically pained. That
actually does seem correct, 100%. And it is important, guys, to grab the right mouse. And I'm sure he knows that. I mean, it's not his first time. He even streams too as well. But we do need to get him something probably better. For that, I think he does have some wrist problems with that. It was some shaking, but then with the constant of it and its match, that can affect his play.
And I like this comment. Bullet chess is a dance competition for the eval bar. Yeah, that thing's going up and down. It's a workout, all right? Stockfish, right. Leela, they don't get enough. They're not enough challenges here. So bullet chess will do that. And H4 just dropped. Knight comes into G5. I see the eval bar saying white's only like slightly better. I would initially think this is completely winning, and Magnus is also up 10 seconds. But he made
very practical. Oh, but yes, yeah. And having a right mouse is very important, guys. Of course, I think some of the flagging was due to the mouse and his hand actually cramping probably with the mouse that he's using. We do have to ask to see what's about that if we get an interview with him. But yeah, something to definitely think about as we see the handshake after like every game now.
And I'm looking at the clock, and every game it does seem like Magnus is well ahead, and right now he is up 9 seconds. So this is where Alireza needs to be careful. You can't just pre-move certain decisions, and Magnus is going for the win. He has decided to spring free a pass pawn.
Whoa.
And go for G7, but he has to stop the C pawn first. That's smart.
Very strong. Very strong. That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Even do it. You have to sacrifice. Try to win the A pawn.
And what? Oh, Bishop takes C5, and he goes B3. What a move. And A3. Magnus wants to win. He wants to flag the guy.
A3, Magnus. 7 seconds.
Great move, Bishop B5.
That is GG. Yeah, that's GG. One diagonal method after that. Push, check.
And he won the C pawn. He won.
What a game.
See, that's what happens when you have a lead on the clock. You can take certain risks. You can make some decisions that may not be objectively the best, but in terms of chess play, but they're objectively best in bullet, and Magnus gets the dub. Alireza, he sees that his lead shrink to 2. He's still doing really well, playing great bullet, but James, I think we have to say that Magnus must be feeling good about the conclusion of that game.
And actually, you know what? I'm looking at the feature chat. Mouse is the 19th piece, right? So we talk about the clock, and then you need a mouse, right? So like it's different. That's just so funny. Extra piece there. Whoa, what happened? What the hey, bro? Relax. Whoa. We was just whoa. Yeah, he's in pain.
Yeah,
he's
really is. And I think he's in pain because he just got his king slammed off the board with knight takes e7 and a fork. So that's the problem that Magnus has had right now. Is he gets a couple of wins, and then he has like a really bad loss in there. And it's credit to Alireza for just taking it to him. I mean, Alireza knows he's going to lose some games. You're playing Magnus Carlsen. You're playing bullet chess. But I think he recovers very nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. Recovery. And that comes with, obviously, 100% youth, not having as many games. I mean, as Magnus probably likes still as well, the youth part. So he's just very rich. You're still playing very quickly, very fast, stuff like that too as well. But yeah, this is tough. Magnus with a head shake again there. Yeah, something with the mouse, a little bit of pain. I think if he had a better mouse and wasn't in pain, you probably would see a better Magnus here too as well.
This is amazing. That is amazing. Black is up a pawn, and your coaches tell you trade while you're ahead. He goes to the endgame and he's losing because the a5 pawn is on a dark square, and white's going to go bishop e5, bishop takes d4, or bishop f2, same idea, take on d4, then win the c3 pawn, then win the a5 pawn. It's that simple.
How crazy is that, right? When they do tell you, trade when you're up, not when you're down. You trade when you're up and you lose. And you're like, you know what? I'm not ever doing that again, right? Somehow he is able to run his king over, but I mean, practically it still looks very good for white with the 2 passes.
I think what happened was that bishop was a little bit too close to the black king, saving a vital tempo, and the white queenside pawns haven't moved quickly enough. But as you said, this is bullet, and when talking about an endgame like this, that still gives white good chances to win because the black pass pawns are not even pawns anymore. They're off the board.
Yeah, this is, wait a second. I mean, probably draw, but maybe not.
B7, knight takes B7, then A7. That was
oh, gross. That's it. And a queen, and they're back to 1 game.
But you see Magnus again. I mean, he is just like in pain. He's shaking off his hand there. It doesn't matter if he wins or loses, so it's clearly not a results-based action. And, well, I hope he doesn't get arthritis and carpal tunnel from playing this match.
Yeah, 1 match, right? Yeah, especially all the energy there. But no, we do wish him the best. It's not fun to play in pain in anything, in fact. So it is important that you have the right ergonomics and the right settings and setups for long matches like this, which usually has he's shaking in the middle of the game. You know what I mean? So this is definitely affecting his play, I think. So it's important at home, guys, to get the right stuff. I actually just bought, I see somebody in the chat says Razor. I just bought Razor yesterday, in fact, from Best Buy. It's like, you just get the right stuff when you're playing these online games, guys. It's important. 100%.
Well, Magnus has the right stuff, and he wants to win because the winner of this match is guaranteed $12,000. So a lot at stake while the loser goes down to the losers quarterfinals. These guys are good. They should play professionally. Yeah, that's true. I think that would be good advice for them. And right now, Magnus, with the black side of this position, he's up in exchange. He's trying to trade while ahead, but in his own terms, not like last game when Firouzja unfortunately stumbled into a bad endgame.
Absolutely here. As hold on. Maybe we're moving a little bit, but I have the exchange. Practically, I'm just winning. Practically, so I have to work it as he's doing. Make sure I improve my position by moving pieces and pawns ahead, which he's doing. He's doing that. What did it say? Oh,
MOE.
Mouse over everything. MOE. Okay, I like that. I like you. We about to get some merch for that. Mouse over everything. Okay.
Oof. I think Magnus just, he wiped that dirt off his shoulders there. Like, he's like, all right, now it's tied match. And Magnus is actually playing more quickly than Alireza is, right? We've seen Magnus up on time quite a bit. He's lost some of those time scrambles, except when he had 0.1 seconds remaining. So here it's important for Alireza. He needs to settle down. And, wait, why did that bar go so high?
We've been really high there after Bishop, after H6, maybe F4 or something. Interesting. There's some like H4, G6, Queen H5 stuff. Strange.
Yeah, it's impossible to figure out with no time. And you're just going to make these quick moves at the early stages. And give me that D5 square, says Magnus. I'm going to plop my pieces down. And, well, if you take on D5, that's a pass pawn in the center.
Takes, and he holds it. Holds the E5 pawn. Rick probably swinging the D1 at some point. Plays A4. Break the structure down.
Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to see at some point Rook D1, Pawn G4. White's just going to keep black tied down to the pass pawn. But I don't think that it's a big concern. So this is good news for Alireza. The bishop blockades the pawn. The queen is now free to run. And running it does. It goes down to A2 and maybe into C2.
And Rook C2 is going to be quite annoying. That is going to be a very annoying move. Rook C2 anyway. Play Rook C3 first. Nice in between. Oh, but that allows... I guess he could have played that anyway. G6, Rook C2, Queen G6 anyway.
He does play Queen 2. F5 is loose. I didn't even realize that. I was just trying to trade queens in an earlier variation. But stealing a pawn, don't blunder checkmate. And again, he trades when he's ahead, like his coaches always tell him. And somehow that was a bad... was there Rook F8 and Bishop C5? I guess not.
Yeah, not anymore here. He's walking the king around. He's winning. F5 is going to come with a check. Before F5 check, take, and we push. Yeah, and we push. Walk the dogs in the bark. Very easy. Push, and push.
And that's that. Magnus, he throws in the towel. He's down 5 seconds and a couple pawns. I mean, he really is in pain right now. You can see it on his face. I think some people, they try to make that excuse, right? They're like, they're ready that if they lose the match, oh, something happened. But he's doing it no matter what's happening on the board. And as somebody who does struggle with wrist issues, when you don't have a good mouse and you're trying to play speed chess, it can really hurt.
Oh yeah, he'll never have that again. And I think it is this mouse, at least the setup to do that. It is important to have the right mouse, the right table setting, right everything here. Obviously, a mat is good, ergonomic keyboard. This is important if you want to have very long longevity in obviously the online space. So it's very good to do that. But it's just tough to see. We know he's in pain right now.
But I think that he's in pain both physically and on the board in this position because White's advantage is through the roof. I think at some point F5 is going to hurt. Like, just throw your pawn forward, play in the Canty style that we love, and go for, there it is. Go for checkmate. There it is.
It's funny. You said somebody in the chat says chess is a dangerous sport, bro. Like, shoot, chess is dangerous, man. Them pawns, those kings that hurt you, bro. You got to be careful. So it's that's a funny one here, but it is important to definitely work on your game and also your ergonomics so you can play for a long time. Nice sacrifice. We got in an aggressive position here. E6.
E6.
There it is. Found it.
That is maybe the move of the day. If you take with the knight, F7 falls. If you took with the bishop, there was checkmate on D8. So he was rook E7, but now this bishop is pinned, and that's a mate over here as well. That's my first arrows of the day. That's how good the move was.
Oh. Yeah, E6 was nice. Love tactics. And he does a lot of those. I mean, we've seen him do, when he used to stream, we would see him do puzzles and just blow through puzzles all the time. Nice to do your puzzles.
And now it's under 10 minutes remaining. So Magnus, he needs to catch up. It is win by 2. This has been very important in certain matches, like in the one between Jose Martinez and Anish. That was the end of the first day of action. But if Magnus can keep this deficit to 1, you do get extra time. 9+ minutes remaining. James, the white pieces here for Magnus. Do you believe in his chances?
I do believe in his chances here. I do believe, he's very clutch under pressure. He's done this many times. He is playing some very strong opposition up 2 games right now. But, if we don't see it happen in the next 3 minutes, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So he does have time, maybe 2 or 3 more games to get this thing really going here. But, it's difficult. I think he can do it.
Yeah, so we'll see if he
can
gets
do what it is, Mike.
He gets in this game. He's down a pawn, but he has the pair of bishops. That rook on a8's been hanging for a little bit, but some trades occurred first. And, Alireza, he's really handling himself perfectly in this match. He's playing well in critical moments. He's keeping pace when it seems like he's down a bunch of time. And right now, he's down a few seconds, but he's catching up. And here we see that the pieces are coming off the board. Black's still up a pawn, and, it's an extra pawn on the A file. That's always good news, but White has the bishop, and White has the lead on time. So 10 seconds advantage for Magnus as he pushes his H-pawn. I think he just done that well today, giving away a pawn to double his opponent's pawn structure. And after H5 falls, maybe H6 is next. So this position looks really good for Max. Don't blunder checkmate. The king went back, so it avoided that. And the king is going to go back to G2. A7 falls. King for black needs to come up the board. He only has 9 seconds. He needs to gobble up those pawns. But as long as Magnus has a rook, he should try to flag his opponent. No draw offers. No, don't play that move. Do not trade rooks when your opponent has 5 seconds. That is probably one of the earliest rules you learn as a top bullet player. Magnus knows better. I think maybe the pressure of the moment is getting to him. Just to acknowledge James's internet gambit, it happened again, so we will get him back as soon as we can. But right now, we are running down the stretch of this match. Magnus Carlsen down by 2 points to Alireza Firouzja. Firouzja has played an amazing match thus far. He deserves his lead. Will he be able to keep it? Well, he's got a great center. Magnus chisels at it with pawn to f6, and we see that Firouzja takes an open file. His bishop on e3 is loose. He will not blunder that, I don't believe. He brings his next rook on over, but Magnus finally finishes development. So I think this position, it looks very unclear to my eyes. Bishops, we like them in open space against knights, but the knights are actually causing some problems, and that's why we saw Alireza take the knight on g6. It was attacking the bishop on e5. Queen b3, a bad blunder apparently. There must be some tactics over on the king side against this white king. The king did slide to h2 to avoid any pressure down the g file. The bishop slides back in touch with the king. Magnus, he jettisons a pawn. He is up a couple seconds, but that probably was not the right decision. And Well, Alireza says, you give me a pawn, I'll use that pawn. Here goes up the A file. The bishop on D3 hit the rook. It also stops that pawn's progress, at least for now. And with the rooks off the board, that should make Alireza feel safer with his king. His king on H2 tucked away. The black king also safe, but that outside pass pawn, that is a nuisance that Magnus will have to continue to keep his eye on. He is up a few seconds. Alireza trying to trade some pieces. He plays B4. We might see knight C5 next, trying to get those knights off the board, and there they go. But this outside pass pawn, it's a straggler. It's by itself. It doesn't have a companion, but that's checkmate 1. Oh my goodness, Magnus Carlsen hangs mate in 1, and Firouzja takes a 3-point lead. Magnus has enough time, right? There is 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this match, but you cannot give away checkmate like that, not against Firouzja, because Firouzja has proved to be a difficult opponent to defeat under any circumstance. But now when your back is against the proverbial wall, you don't have time remaining, and it's going to be a tactical affair, a slugfest against Firouzja. You can't afford that. But actually, it seems like in this game, Magnus, he's getting away with some of those choices earlier. D6 is loose. D6 is a problem. And it seems like knight F6 as well. That's a fork that wins material. And I think you can... Oh, there's a fork of his own. That's why he brought the king out to F2. And instead, he now grabs the rook, grabs a pawn. Up a pawn is Magnus Carlsen. Also has a 10-second lead on the clock. So he is doing very well in this game. He needs it. He cannot afford to let this advantage slip. He's transitioning into a several pawn up rook endgame. And here's where match strategy comes under play. What Firouzja should do is play this out. It doesn't matter if he's down 3 queens. You play this out until check and mate, except Firouzja resigned. And as soon as he did, we have Canty back. James, hey, you just missed a checkmate in 1, and then Firouzja, unfortunate for him, once he ballooned that lead to 3, it's now back to 2 because Magnus took that last game. Yep. Yeah, this game, right now, we see a position where White has stabilized the knight on D4. We just saw a swap of pieces. Black's position, A-OK. Getting the king out to H7. There's luft for the king, and it looks like Magnus trying to open up the queen side. So you play on both flanks. It seems like, hey, we do have James back for real. So James, we just see queen F4. It looks like a mating attack coming down to H2.
Absolutely. No, it was, I was saying that the time is really low. In fact, meaning like 3 minutes. Something's going to happen. We're either going to 6-game match or somebody wins here. And Firouzja has not given up the lead yet. It's not given up the lead. So it's very difficult to say who's going to win this here. I mean, well, Firouzja, right, is looking good to win it, but Magnus needs to do a lot more if he's going to try to make this boy a tiebreaker. This is tough right now.
And a few games ago, it was rook against rook, and each side had a pawn. And Magnus was up 15 to 5 seconds, and he allowed a draw. Do not allow a draw here. You could trade queens, that's fine. In fact, now it looks like even a winning endgame because G2 is on a light square. But just play this out. Play quickly. Do not try to find the perfect moves. Try to find good enough moves, and just do not allow your last pawn to go. He will not do that. He can place his bishop on D7 or on B5, and now you flag your opponent.
He's holding 15 seconds. Yeah, 6 seconds here. White.
But do not.
No!
No, he allowed a draw by repetition, and that's the one thing he couldn't do. What he missed was king to F7. The king could have escaped because if the white king moved up to board D7, there was a move like C5 with check. So Magnus allows Alireza to keep his 2-point lead, and that is really bad news for the world number 1 because he can only afford to be down 1 point when this match clock expires.
He has to win now, and you have to go for it. He's going to do it with the white pieces here, but we actually have a little bit of a hold. He takes. A castles, queen of 3, 3-6, 3-6-7 up the pawn.
And it's going to be annoying, though, because that rook lands on E2, and I guess there's no time to play A5, A4, because white will push his own pawn up to A4 and stop that. So he completes his development. By the way, rook F to B1, king to F1. That rook was almost trapped over there. Instead, the rook is going after those queenside pawns.
Chat, what do you think is going to happen, chat? We got 1 minute and 50 seconds. Chat, it is on you. What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to be able to do it? Him meaning Magnus. What do you think? Let's hear the thoughts in the chat right now, guys. Right now. We need to see it. Who is going to win? Oh, man,
He blundered, but he can afford to draw because look at the overall match clock. 1 minute, 30 seconds remain. If he draws this, then he has to win the follow-up game, and he's just letting this one go. But look at Alireza's clock, down under 20 seconds, a 10-second lead for Magnus Carlsen, and it looks like, objectively, the game should be a draw.
Objectively, definitely 100%. 15 seconds. 15 seconds there for Firouzja. Time is moving so slow.
Oh, what a move! He wants to pass
G4.
one of his own. Oh my goodness! And Firouzja better force the draw now, otherwise Magnus might win this game. He's going to Magnus can flag him. Magnus may be down 2 pawns. Win on time. Be shameless.
It doesn't matter how you get it. It matters if you get it done. But here it is. This is the scariest part of chess right now. This right here is scarier than anything you've ever faced because somebody is going to blunder the rook. Usually it happens.
And we see 3.5 for Alireza. The thing about Magnus is he needs to watch out because at some point, Alireza might do the thing where he puts the rook under attack. But look at Magnus. He's down to 3 seconds himself. He needs to move. He needs to do quick, and that is a draw. But Magnus, he doesn't get the win, but he's 25 seconds. The last game will take place, and that means if Magnus wins, we get extra time. Firouzja only needs a draw.
You see what's funny? He goes for the G6 setup. Now, this is a Pierce, but he has to play more modern-like. In this way, because he was looking at hoping for King's Indian, which is understandable. Tells you a lot. When you need a win, what do you go for? King's Indian. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But at this point, this will turn into a Pierce or Perk. In fact, with E4 and D4, he didn't go C4 at all here. Very still likely to be some type of King's Indian, but it is not the same. It's not the same. Magnus needs to win. Chat, will he do it, chat? Is he gonna win? Is Magnus gonna win or not?
The essential question. Because otherwise, this match concludes with Alireza Firouzja as the winner. And this position looks really good for Black as he steals a pawn in the center. And Magnus ahead by 6 seconds. He's been faster at the early stages of the game. But in time scrambles, it's always Firouzja who has the upper hand.
Correct. In these times, I mean, he had upper hand the whole match. Magnus never got a chance to be up in the match. I've never seen that before, actually. But never got a chance to be up.
But right there, that was a pretty bad blunder from Firouzja, giving up the C3 pawn. And here come Black's pawn storming up the board. That bishop on A8, that may be the hero that Magnus needs. But the E5 pawn I thought he was going to go E4 at some point. He drops his central pawn, and now advantage back to Firouzja.
Time is up. It is zeros. This is the moment of truth here, Chad. Well, Magnus.
He's made it.
To the lose.
He's made it.
I can't even say nothing.
It's done.
Firouzja.
Whew. That's game. That's match.
On fire. And with a clap there at the end.
You see the gentlemanly clap, and Firouzja, he doesn't even celebrate. I mean, he's still probably feeling the adrenaline, the tension of that match. But that is your winner, Alireza Firouzja. Yeah, you get to leave your chair now. You've advanced to the winner's final. You've secured minimum $12,000, and you have just beaten the #1 rated player on the planet. The #1 rated player in history has gone down to Alireza Firouzja, the Iranian-French superstar. So, James, that was really a tight match, but I think Firouzja certainly deserved it.
Oh, he definitely deserved it. He was up the whole match. When can you ever say, I was up the entire match on Magnus, he never got to leave, I won the game? That's insane. Nobody really says this ever. Only a few people on the planet, right? Maybe just 2, to be honest. But at the same time, it's a very good feat for Firouzja there in this portion here. Magnus did his thing. He wasn't paying there with the wrists and everything and the mouse thing. But Firouzja got it done. Wow, that was epic.
Doesn't care what your opponent's up to. You shouldn't care. You just need to focus on your moves, on your speed. And Firouzja, he moves on because he just took down Magnus Carlsen, the #1 rated player in the world. He has won so many world championships, but this is his first foray into the Bullet Chess Championship. We see at the winners final, Alireza Firouzja's name has just been etched there. Magnus Carlsen drops to the losers quarterfinals directly, where he'll face the winner of Andrew Tang and Jose Martinez. But importantly, we have Firouzja in the winner's final. He will await the winner of our upcoming match, our finale for the day, Hikaru Nakamura versus Daniel Naroditsky. That's going to be an absolute barn burner.
Ooh, it's going to be a big one. I'm excited for it, chat. We got Danya and Hikaru up.
We certainly do, but first we take a break, and when we return, Hopefully we're joined by Alireza Firouzja, but if not, we will go right into the action between Hikaru and Danya.
It's Danny here, and as you may know, chess.com and Chessable are now one, and I'm here to show you how you can make your chess.com and Chessable one in just a few clicks. To start, let's log in and connect our chess.com account. I just scroll right here above the browser and click login. Scroll down and click continue with chess.com. Now, if you're already logged into chess.com, it's just going to ask you if you want to approve that connection. I'm going to say yes, sir. But after approving, it'll bring you right back to the Chessable homepage. Now, the Puzzle Connect feature can be found under Tools, and you click Puzzle Connect. Now, what that does after you type in your username is it's going to pull positions from the games you played on chess.com, create your very own personalized Chessable course, and then quiz you with the positions where you may have missed the best move. And the more you play on chess.com, the more games it will have to quiz you as long as your account stays connected. It's pretty sweet, and it's going to help you get better learning from the mistakes in your games. Yes, this is a pro feature at Chessable, but if you go to chessable.com/link, you can get 30 days of Pro for free. Do you wish playing a chess game with a friend was as easy as sending them a text? Well, good news. Now it is. With Chess.com's new iMessage app, you can start and play a game directly in iMessage. Your friend doesn't even need a Chess.com account. It's just tap and play. Head over to go.chess.com/iMessage or use the command iMessage in chat to learn more.
Chess.com's game review recently got a major update. Here are 4 key notes. At the end of each game review, you will now see a summary of the game from your coach, your performance rating for that game, and a quick grade for you and your opponent in the opening, middle game, and end game. We've added a new classification called Miss for when a move fails to take advantage of an opportunity, but it is otherwise a sound move. We've also changed the definition of blunder. Now a move will only be considered a blunder if it loses material or allows a checkmate. Coach will now draw arrows and highlight squares when you hover over or click on the highlighted words in the move explanations. This should make move explanations easier to follow. Finally, Coach's explanations will now reference specific pieces and threats in explanations, making move explanations much more intuitive. The new game review experience is available on chess.com right now.
We are thrilled to be joined by Alireza Firouzja, who just took down Magnus Carlsen in a long match. Alireza, how does it feel?
It feels great. I was kind of like, I saw myself as a favorite from what Magnus played yesterday, and I was confident. Like the way he played yesterday with Min was very like not high quality. So I said if he doesn't level up, I am probably the favorite. But yeah, and I was lucky he didn't level up. So, but of course he could always level up.
The level up was real, baby. That was very nice, Alireza. Very nice to see there. And of course, with that being said, what kind of training did you do for this supposed to be a bullet chess championship? What did you do? Tactics, or like look at some certain lines, or did you just chill and relax?
I just checked few openings half an hour before the game, and it happened many of the games, so it was surprising. And no, other than that, I didn't even solve puzzles today. So and I just opened my laptop and I played.
That's good.
Well, whatever you're doing is working, Alireza. And a question I have for you is, at some point, it looked like you left your computer, and it was after a tough game. So I was wondering, because sometimes it happens, did you throw your mouse or something, or why did you leave your chair?
No, because my second tablet, like second camera dropped. And that was the reason I got distracted. I lost the rook. So, and I just went and made the second camera okay. But at that point, I was so tilted because I was up 4 in the match and I got distracted and I lost this rook, and then everything was he had chance again.
In the game, of course, who you made it to the winners finals. Congratulations. Who are you looking forward to see in the final? Do you want Hikaru, or do you want Danya, or do you want someone?
I think Hikaru will just win, so it's not what I want to see. It's just who I will see. So.
Oh, well, I will see.
Well, if you are to play against Hikaru, what do you see as your chances? You said you felt you were the favorite against Magnus coming into the match. I'm guessing you're going to say you're the underdog against Hikaru, but how do you rate your chances against Hikaru?
Yeah, against Hikaru, nowadays that we play, it's almost equal always. But I bet him in 2021 Bullet Championship, so I have that experience. But okay, he also beat me before in 2019 final, I think. So it's always very close, but of course he's very sharp always, and I expect a very big fight.
So to prep for the big fight, how we doing? We're going to go, get some food and then just open the laptop, 30 minutes before and maybe watch a little Netflix. Is that's the preparation for that match, too?
Yeah, against Hikaru, I could prepare a bit more because I know his openings of Bullet. I know because we played thousands of games. So,
right.
But still we will see what happens. But I will try to check some openings, but that's around about it, I think.
Are you going to watch his match against Danya as a form of preparation, you think?
Yeah, for sure I will watch the match. It's always fun to watch.
Okay, well, we'll definitely say hi to you in chat, but we know it's getting later by you, and we want to let you rest up after that great match victory. So congratulations. That was seriously awesome. You have so many fans rooting for you, so we look forward to seeing you in the winners final tomorrow.
Thank you.
And that is Alireza Firouzja. He took down Magnus Carlsen. You heard it from him. He's beaming with both confidence and happiness. He felt like he was the favorite based on Magnus's match against Minlay. And he said, Hikaru's a beast. He's won this event 3 times, but he took Hikaru down in 2021. So Firouzja, he feels confident. And James, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Hikaru gets through Danya. The Danya we saw yesterday, that was, as you were saying, leveled up.
Oh, yeah, that was leveled up. Danya definitely went crazy there. You see how in good form Tang was. I mean, he just went crazy today against Eric Hansen, but, Danya went crazy against him, which is like, whoa, okay, that Danya is different. It's a very different Danya. We're going to see that today, but he's going to have to bring that same Danya because Hikaru is always on most, especially in Bullet. It's very scary to face somebody that's won at 3 separate times.
Yeah, and of course, Hikaru, an absolute monster. He takes on the sensei, the prophet, Daniel Naroditsky, up next. Before we dive into that match, it's going to be delayed by a few minutes, but for a good reason. We are bringing in world number 1, Magnus Carlsen. Magnus is joining us for an interview, even after the tough defeat. So, Magnus, thanks so much for joining us. How are you feeling after that tough match?
Honestly, kind of encouraged. I thought I was just gonna be blown out of the water after the first couple of games, and I didn't feel like I had much going for me at all. I was incredibly slow in scrambles. I was mouse slipping. Also, my right arm was falling asleep. I was losing feeling in my arm, which I think is like I was constantly like trying to shake it loose in between games and so on, because I did. Yeah. I mean, obviously Alireza is very good and extremely accurate. But I think the one thing that I did have going for me is that I was always up on time. Like I wasn't able to make good moves most of the time, but at least I was up on the clock, which meant that I always kind of had a chance.
Yeah, we was making so it wasn't a mouse thing here, Magnus, and we was great to see you play as always. It wasn't a mouse thing. We saw that you kept shaking, and we was like, man, is he in pain? Like we wanted to. It was like hoping you were okay. We was like, man, his hand, is it the mouse? Is it this? Or was it just a falling asleep, or was it the mouse too?
Yeah, no, the mouse is. I mean, the setup here is not ideal, but it's
right.
But it's okay. It was more about the arm just falling asleep. And yeah, as I said, I mean, I was very close to forcing overtime, and overall, the way that it was that it continued, I felt that he was pretty vulnerable, and it was encouraging overall. So I think like if I get a few hours sleep for the next match, then I actually have a chance to do okay, because I think like this was just about the worst condition that I could be in, and still I had a chance. Like I think regardless, I'm probably still an underdog against the top 2 guys, but yeah, I hope to be able to get another shot.
Yeah, for a while there, we thought this might be your version of the flu game, Magnus, because you were shaking off your hand a bunch. Clearly something was bothering you. But you said you have some kind of new confidence about your chances. When you were jumping out to those leads on time out of the gates, was that part of your overall bullet match strategy?
I think that's the way that I play in general. I know that I'm so unbelievably slow in scrambles compared to these guys that I have to play fast, and I am to some extent able to play good moves faster than a lot of the other guys. So that's my biggest edge.
Yeah, fair enough, Magnus. And last very quick question for you before we let you go and have some fun out in Spain is, in the match between Danya and Hikaru the favorite, what do you rate Danya's chances are to pull off the upset?
I think it depends on the start. I think if Hikaru gets off to a good start, he's probably going to win fairly comfortably. But Hikaru can also be definitely be shaken if he starts to feel the heat. So yeah, Naroditsky is obviously a pretty significant underdog, but it's not a foregone conclusion.
Okay. Well, Magnus, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you stopping by, and of course, we'll see you tomorrow. So best of luck in the next matches.
Yeah, thank you.
And And that was world number 1 Magnus Carlsen. And here we have the 3-time bullet chess champion, Hikaru Nakamura. He's won 3 of the 4 editions that have happened thus far. He is about to take on none other than Daniel Naroditsky. So, James, we heard Magnus's thoughts. Danya, he is a significant underdog, but he believes that if he can shake Hikaru in the early games, he does have a legitimate chance.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a chance for anyone. I mean, even nobody saw David coming out to where he is. So same thing. It can happen. It is a match, but this is a long match here, so it does matter about those games. Even seeing Firouzja up 4 and then almost botching it and not completing it against Magnus here. We can see something like that. It is possible, but Danya's going to have to get off to a very good start against this man Hikaru.
Yeah, he cannot afford to lose the first couple of games. We saw what happened to Magnus when he dropped the first 3 games against Firouzja. It's really tough to come back from that. And when you are the underdog, when you are playing against Hikaru Nakamura, that is really something that you have to avoid. So, James, I'm excited for this one. I think everybody is. Hikaru being the legend that he is, the streaming sensation, also number 2 rated player in the world in classical chess, the Fischer Random World Champion, the reigning champion of the Speed Chess Championship, the defending champion of the Bullet Chess Championship. I'm running out of breath talking about his accomplishments. So, I mean, you are up for the toughest of tough tests.
Half man, half everything else is what we like to say about Hikaru. The other half we haven't figured out yet. But we do have Danya, of course, the prophet here, and very strong. We all love him. And here we go. We got games. C3 says seal for the kill. This one, okay. I know exactly where these files are coming from. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna say anything, but I know where Danya is getting this from right now. Danya with the black pieces with a little Aliyek and oh my goodness.
I mean, I think it's more of a Reckon than an Alyekin because that 96 tactic hits the queen on d8 twice, and so you can try to save yourself here, but it feels like a couple accurate moves from Hikaru. You net, queen g7 is mate, by the way. There it is.
Jeez. Okay, you know what? Hey, it happens, right? Get the jitters out. We see this every game. Just get the jitters out. Like, it's one game. You know what I mean? It's just one game. Let's not happen. Let's let that not. Get over that, chat. Get over that next game. Let's focus on this game.
Yeah, and look at Hikaru go. He plays queen c8. He's double trouble. Knight on f8, queen on c8, hitting the e6 pawn. That one's going down. And Hikaru does not mind a queen trade because the e6 pawn is overextended and going to be lost. And queen takes g2, anybody? Oh, that's just
here it is. Oh, my goodness.
Just, it's the Hikaru effect.
Moment of silence for a second. We've seen this already. Like, you just don't get overwhelmed, right? You don't get overwhelmed, chat. We breathe through it, number 1. And number 2 is just like 2 games, right? You need to get the jitters out. Just get the jitters out. 2 games. And then he's going to bounce back. He's going to bounce back. Anya, you're playing Hikaru. Like, okay, everybody's going to have jitters, right? Get over these 2 games, the 2 games here. And then get back to life.
For sure. I think, as you said, everyone struggles with Hikaru. You've heard every player we've interviewed say the same thing. Firouzja did have that confidence. I really respected that from him, where he felt like he does have a legitimate shot. He has beaten Hikaru before. But Hikaru, he is stormed out of the start of this match in perfect shape. Look at this. He wins a rook. He's just not getting his foot off the gas pedal.
It's instant. Everything's instant. It's really computer-like, computer-esque. Oh. He's going crazy here. Danya higher rated. Look at that in the bullet.
Danya's also faster right now. And if you look at the clock, is Hikaru going to have enough time to win this game? I'm not sure he does.
We know who's better in third. Well, okay, better.
It's a draw.
Whoa.
Yeah. So for everybody who's confused, 2 knights and a king versus a lone king is a theoretical draw. You can win by checkmate if somebody kind of allows you to do it. You have to run to a corner and get yourself checkmated, but that is a draw according to the rules, and that means that Danya survived despite dropping a rook early on.
He dropped a whole rook, guys, and we was like, well, this is not looking good, and then he pulls off a draw here. And I did notice that rating difference is 50 points at that level is crazy, but also Hikaru has been over 34, close to 35. I think he has been 35, but having Daniel, he was 3,500. Daniel Naroditsky at 3,381, right? It just happens. Danya has the finest footing. It'll be good. We have 7 wins. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you know how you called it. You know how you were saying how Min Lei, He's a great defender. Danya has been showing some really sturdy defense in this match thus far. Of course, Hikaru's position is still better for the moment, but Danya's not checkmated. He has a pair of bishops. He's still fighting, and that's all you could ask for after you make an opening mistake.
Absolutely. Resourceful. Be very resourceful. And he's doing that. He's very good with the defense, good with the tactics, as we know as well. Knight G5 looks scary. Oh, yeah. What's Miller? He takes.
You know what's funny? That tactic probably won, but they're moving so fast that the eval bar does not have time to react. You know, it stayed up there for a while. I'm like, this doesn't look like it's winning for white. No, that's a thing of the past. Right now, the material is actually even. White is clearly better, but maybe Danya can continue to stave off some of this pressure.
H4, he has something there. H5.
Where's the mate? I don't see it. Queen G6, and then Bishop G7. Oh my gosh. Watch out for the white king, by the way. Danya moving so fast, but Danya's down on the clock. King H6. That might lead to a back rank mate.
Takes. It is winning, but Danya has done this before.
But look at how fast Hikaru is. That is the difference maker, is against a checkmate on the board. But when you're playing some of the other top 5 players on the planet, they move slowly. Their pace is not fast enough to keep up with Danya. But Hikaru is all that, and he is super fast.
Yeah, the speed there with that rook movement, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, gotcha, check here, shuffle. Oh, mate. That's how fast it goes here. I'm a fan of the C3 Sicilian for the kill myself, is what Danya is playing. Daniel playing the C3 Sicilian, and it looks like we have a pretty nice position. Wow, he gets the pawn back. Queen A4, he dropped an exchange.
Yeah, I think he was kind of pre-moving over there, and he drops an exchange. And Hikaru, this is... Oh, it's the bishop on C5 is loose, but you get back rank checkmated too quickly. That's the problem here for Danya, and, well, it looks like another win in the making for Hikaru Nakamura.
Very difficult. Queen G4, yeah, he found a little in between, but we're still on an exchange. Yeah, he's going to trade queens now, forcing the queen trade.
Mm-hmm. Hikaru, he has jumped out to a 3-point lead against Daniel Naroditsky, and Danya's playing some questionable openings, I have to say. I see the influence of trying to get a messy position and outplay Hikaru, and catch him off guard perhaps, but as we look at this position, Hikaru's currently up a pawn, and he's protecting his pawn on E5. No huge concerns at the moment.
One thing that Hikaru's very good at is obviously he's good at a lot of things, but one thing definitely is the complications. When there are complications, he seems to thrive. He's an Indian player and stuff, like a very aggressive Sicilian player back in the day. So knowing this is sometimes scary. You get what you want. Wait, rook G6. Rook G6 is a move. He moves out of the way, King F8. Queen G6.
I just want to note that Hikaru is actually white in this game, so it looks good for the white pieces, and it is, but that is actually Hikaru who is delivering the damage to Danya right now.
Queen H6, plays E6. Look at every piece. Yeah, he's gonna hit the button here. They're gonna resign. This is crazy right now. Maybe he might try it. Rook B1 doesn't. He tries it. Okay, he does try it because you can get a few checks in, just a few.
Mm-hmm. And Hikaru, he's too wide. He's not taking that rook on B1 like he could have with his queen. He head bobs, he gets another W, and he is just out to a 4-game lead. So Hikaru does what he does best. He just wins and wins and wins.
Yeah, and at this level too. Wait a second, F4. We have a lead here. I think this is for Danya. Looks good. F5, it's coming.
And
F5 himself though.
Yeah, Hikaru gets F5, and still strategically really good for white. That much is clear. But good defense by Hikaru thus far.
Good form by Hikaru. Like, why is he so fast? Bro, move. It is accurate. That's what scares you. It's very fast. And look at the Bishop H3, bro. You didn't even think about, bro. What do you think? Can we think for 10 seconds? Just 10. No. We just want to see.
No, James, you cannot, is what Hikaru is saying. And, that was a mistake, though. Oh, that's why. The rook is under attack. You trade rooks, then the rook takes back. The bishop on H3 was loose. Oh!
Yeah, with the coffee sip. Pinky up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
And the feature chatter is talking about how Hikaru is ruthless. I think that's a mistimed feature because that was Danya scooping up all the material and taking his first victory of the match.
There we go. Right. That feels good. Now you strike, so now you feel better. it really feels a lot better when you win a game and you're like, all right, cool, I can do this. Yeah, I'm still down. I mean, we saw that with Magnus. He was down 4 games and almost made it come back. Very close.
And look at Hikaru go. He just gets opposite colored bishops. He's going to win this b5 pawn. So he's a pawn ahead. His bishop on g2 is a monster on that diagonal. It's completely unopposed. But Danya doing the right thing, trying to open up lines for his rooks.
Absolutely. As he's getting them now, he's getting some play, some activity. Maybe king c2. b4 traps. Oh, that's a pawn. That's 1. Moves the rook down. Yeah, we just got the 3 passers. 3 passers, Robert. 1 is already good. 2 is like very nice. We have 3 passers. 3 of them.
Yeah, and they're like an escalator there. They're all just protecting each other, going up the board, and that was a win for Hikaru. Now Hikaru gets the black pieces. Danya playing his beloved opening from the white side of this game, and well, Hikaru I think has made himself ready for this opening. It seems like he's prepped.
Definitely prepped here. We haven't seen a Jar Jar Binks London yet. See what he does against that. Bishop f4, bishop g3. 1. Yeah, stable. 4-point advantage.
And this game, Hikaru, he's made it through the opening unscathed. He has a lead on the clock. He's a strong center, and now he's going for an attack of his own.
That's very annoying because, I mean, look at the pieces all getting... Okay, we got some play, man. Eval Bar getting a workout. F3 looks quite annoying at some point.
And I would go for it, but Hikaru doing the right thing. He knows how to time these things, but he takes and just says, why not push forward on the E-file rather than the F-file?
Oh my goodness, Queen E2, Bishop G4. That might be sick. And then check and push, but he has Queen D7. He plays it, though, something like this. It's played. Whoa, what is going on? He makes it a knight. He can promote to a knight. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, he did it!
He did it!
Oh, you see Danya just laughing there? He's having the time of his life. He under-promoted to a knight to win that game. And
yes.
Hikaru's in a delayed reaction. You just saw him react to the promotion. So I think he's streaming, and so it's coming in a bit of a delay. But he also had to laugh about that.
Yeah, that was nasty. The under-promotion to a knight in a bullet game, too, right? Oh, man, that was a nice...
Wow. And now Danya with the black pieces. We saw a King's Gambit, although it started from the Vienna, but now we're just in a King's Gambit. Hikaru played this all the time when he was younger. He loves the dangerous lines, but Danya seems to have the upper hand.
Yeah, and winning this game, that's 2 games, right? Being down 4. I'm telling you, look, these matches being as long as they are, you just get to settle in. Okay, I'm down 4 games, whatever. It is what it is. Start playing. And then you get some positions. You also, when you go into these lines sometimes, you actually, you fix things. Oh, I played this in the last game. Let's do this one. Let's try this time. Playing the same stuff comes with sometimes better results.
And Hikaru, he is taking the advantage away from Danya and also making Danya spend a lot of time here. So it's a pawn lead for white, and there's no attack, although that knight's trying to come to f4 and start an attack once again.
It definitely is a scary night. It's going to be a scary night. Yeah, there it is. King H1 got out of the way. Knight G1. And there is some pressure. He says, get it all off the board. So trade, everything even. Draw is likely. We're just going to stop saying that. This is not going to be a draw. This is never a draw in his position.
Danya playing this excellently. He's winning on the board, but his clock is a problem. What was that?
Man. Hung the whole thing.
Both players made it look like, and you see Hikaru react. There is that delay on the stream, and Danya has that little smile, like he's in a trance and he's just happy to be there.
He's happy to be there, yeah. And now he got another game there. He feels better. Got the little smirk, He's like, yeah, I'm going to play this. This is what I do. And we see 30-second matches, especially if you watch him stream, Danya. He does the 30-second matches all the time with these guys, and he's up a pawn already. Oh no, Danya's playing white.
Yeah, Hikaru is a pawn ahead, but opposite colored bishops. The good news is it's probably should be a hold with best play. The bad news for Danya is he's down a lot of time. So Hikaru, once again, playing at a blazing fast pace. Hikaru is so difficult to deal with in these moments.
Yeah, because it's not only fast, it's accurate. And you're like, yo, how are you so accurate? And this is why this is where the half human and then half what are you? You know what I mean? Comes out when you see the speed the speed is ridiculous here. Wait, but he's back. He's back in the game, and that does hurt the move, and some accuracy, obviously, from both sides. Rook check. Rook check. He gets the piece. Yeah, Danya back. Danya back. This is nice.
Yeah, that was classy by Hikaru there. I mean, just the way he handled that whole game. And, well, Hikaru's back to his King's Gambit type of position. And we see that Danya now has a pawn on e3. What is happening here?
This is crazy. This is why he likes this King's Gambit stuff.
It's too complicated to figure out.
It's scary, bro. Like, oh no, my God, 95? Okay, yeah, 95's coming? This is a very scary position.
So black is up a pawn and can castle. So it looks like Danya has done well to defend, but Hikaru has a lead on the clock and the activity. You say it all the time, and it's true. King safety, so important in bullet chess.
Absolutely, king safety. And the activity is very important too. Get active pieces, and just weird tactics just pop out of nowhere all the time. Rook f6 might have been the move there. Oh, he had queen c5. Yeah, that's why king h1. No more rook f6, queen c2, rook d7, his g7, knight, rook f7. Whoa!
Yeah, just king h8. He slides out the way and says, you can have that pawn. And what's the material count? It's even, actually. I thought that white would go up a pawn, but white was down one to start with. And now, there must be some tactics. Knight e5, watch out for your g2 pawn.
That is definitely a thing. He sits up in a chair, maybe queen. Ooh, he drops a piece. I don't think there was a move. What did he have to play? They said it was equal, but I didn't see a move.
Yeah, that could just be the Eva bar reacting. So knight e3 check is a fork, so that's why Hikaru brings the rook back. But now it is a completely winning ending for Danya, and Danya is too fast to let this one slip. He's taking it. That means that Danya's cutting this deficit back to 2.
Back to 2. That's what it is. It's a 2-game match, but he's playing on here. Hikaru knows he's going to go down in this game. There it is. Get the sip. There it is. That's the win sip. You know it's real when they start sipping the coffee on you. Let me sip.
Yep. And Danya said yesterday when we interviewed him, he has like 7 drinks. He's got water, he's got coffee, he's got juices, he's got the whole buffet of drinks. But right now, he has the white pieces. And Hikaru, I don't know if he's quite tilted, but it's what Magnus said. You know, he's not unshakable. And sometimes you lose a couple games and you feel like you're out of sorts. And as soon as I said that, Danya's the one who blundered a pawn in the center.
He was getting very fast, which is it's bullet chess. Like everything's fast, but he moved a little bit too fast there, which you've seen Hikaru do too as well. And the speed here in every game matters, obviously. So having 10 points, or 10 games, 11 games in. Oh, what happened? Knight h5 takes? What was that? Oh, he thought he was getting something. Oh, I mean, I can understand. It did look good. It only looked good. Like it looks, that's it. Like it looked good. Takes.
Yeah, those looks were deceiving. And if Hikaru takes this, I'm pretty sure this is going to be like the 4th win for black in a row. So this has just been the queen e1, this bishop f2. So at least he survived the game earlier. Do you think he can survive this one as well? It looks terrible.
Oh, not after f5. Yeah, not after f5. F5 I was like, okay, he got chances because it's strange, but f5 was a dagger. Oh, it made the next move, and that's
so 4th win in a row for the black pieces. 3-game lead, as you noted, for Hikaru. Hikaru going back to these King's Gambit structures. And I think that's good news for Danya. You get these combative positions where he can try to play quickly and outcalculate Hikaru.
Absolutely, yeah. That's so funny to even mention in the sentence. It seems like a bad word, like outcalculate Hikaru. You said that. Like, oh, sorry. All right. You know, but he's going to try to do that too, obviously.
Very few people in the world can do that, and Danya just happens to be one of them. So he's going back and forth with his knight. He doesn't need to make a draw, and he doesn't. He goes rook e7. He's actually the one ahead on the clock for a change.
That's good. It could be, and he's up on the board too. And Eva are like, this is your game, bro. Takes. Yep, looking good. You have some attacks. Some dark squares are weak on the king. I mean, king being weak. Period. There he is, taking advantage of the dark squares. We got a rook lift. Do you even rook lift? Oh, he dropped the pawn. Oh,
he dropped the rook in the corner. Yeah, so this eval bar clearly hasn't even had time to react properly because it was completely winning for black. Now you see it there. Finally, they pause for a second, and it goes back to just about -1. So still good for Danya on the board, but the trajectory of the game is in Hikaru's favor unless Danya can find some kind of killer blow.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. We do need to get the other rook in, or the rook into this party here. I was about to say rook d2. Hold on, bro. Rook d2 was something. He's in there. He's in there.
Danya with the devastating finish to that game, Hikaru not happy with the result there. It's a 2-point match. Once again, hey, James, you're right. As long as Danya can keep slugging, he is in this match.
That's it. You just keep swinging at Hikaru. Swinging and hope that you land one. Oh, he caught it. Oh, open chin there. Uppercut, right? Oh, got him. This is exactly what's happening. It is a slugfest. And both of these players being very aggressive, also very tactical, initiative, very quick. Oh, this can go either way, especially if Danya finds his form seriously here. Which he's starting. I think he's starting to really find some good form.
Although, what just happened here, bishop takes c4, queen. Did he pre-move queen d5? Like, he knew that Hikaru would take this bishop. His own bishop on c4 was loose, and so he quickly went queen to d5. What in the world are we looking at? Queen takes d5 for black.
Yeah, queen takes, and then he takes how he takes, because queen takes was pawn d5, I think. Black's just winning here. He's trading blows. Black winning a lot in this game. For these games.
6 black wins in a row. That's what just happened. That was the 6th win for the player with the black pieces, and that means that it's once again a 3-point advantage for Hikaru Nakamura.
I like how Daniel Naroditsky is holding, though. He's holding around them, and it looks like, oh, they switched names there, but he's holding around, or holding Hikaru. There it is. It's all updated. 25 minutes left. It's doable. Chat, what do you think is going to happen, chat? What do you think? Can Danya come back? He has enough time. What do you think? Is Hikaru going to take off?
I mean, the way Hikaru has been playing has been simply stellar. And is this... He goes c4. Did Hikaru... He's just trying to create some pawn tension. But if you take on b5, the knight would have been free. So both sides struggling to find their exact footing in this game. I just like Hikaru's speed. Oh.
Whoa, what
happened? H6 is hanging with mate.
My goodness. What a
double
attack. Yeah, look in there. Disky's like, what? That's what he just said. Like, he said, how did you find that? That's exactly what he was like. What? When Queen D2 happened, you saw it instantly. Oh, we gotta. Okay, no, it's not. The Baba is closed.
And Hikaru just ended the winning streak for the black pieces. That was a win for him with white, and he now has a 4-point lead. I don't want to call it this early, but I feel like now is the time where Danya is starting to be in must-win territory.
Yeah. And I laugh because, like, yeah, you have to be in must-win territory. Who's your opponent? Hikaru. You laugh. You literally just laugh. Like, I mean, it just doesn't get worse than that, bro. Like, are you kidding me? What do you mean? And must win against who? Oh my goodness. But it's bullet at the same time, and bullet things do change. Things do change. It is possible. We've seen it come back already, but it is difficult. He is on an uphill battle here with 23 minutes to go.
And Danya frozen right now, not making a move. He goes queen b5, but quickly Hikaru responds with rook to a8, and the knight on c3 couldn't move because the bishop on a2 would have been dropping. So he finally moves his bishop, but now black is up a pawn and has the much better structure. This should be another win for Hikaru.
It's just insane. It's very clinical. He's finding some stuff. Whoa.
That was sick. That was so sick. He went knight g7, knowingly giving up the e7 pawn because he saw that he would attack the rook on e7 with his knight on f5, then go to h4 with a fork. That, I can't believe how quickly he spotted that.
Yep. I mean, it's really sick, the tactics, and really that's what bullet is. Or I always say, like, high-level bullet is a lot of tactics. There's just a lot of tactics. You get tactics you never would see or get, in different time controls. But it's so many tactics here in these games. Jeez, man, this is getting bad now. This is getting tough.
Incredible.
That
was unreal, and I think that as people are saying that for Hikaru, like, he rises to the occasion. We saw him beat Magnus Carlsen in the Speed Chess Championship last year. He's won many tournaments, including recently in Norway Chess. So for Hikaru, he just does what he continues to do his whole career, and he is taking down Daniel Naroditsky game after game right now.
Yeah, he is. It's really not breaking him much of a sweat, which is crazy. He's up 5 games against Daniel, who beat Tang by like more than 5 games, something like that. So it's very impressive. Obviously, Hikaru is always doing this, but the Danya has his chances. It's just, man, it's tough. You have to be so accurate, and you have to be quicker. Oh, Rick's trapped.
Unbelievable what Hikaru just sees patterns everywhere, and I think sometimes we just like shrug it off. Oh, it's Hikaru doing it. No, I'm not going to do that right now. It is so impressive what he is doing. Because Danya, everyone watches his streams, how good he is. We see his rating. I mean, he is that good. And maybe if he had done something a little bit differently, this match would be closer at the moment. But I just want to tip my cap to Hikaru because the way he's playing this match is just... There's a reason he's the 3-time Bullet Chess champion.
That's right. 3-time Bullet champion here, and one of the greatest to ever do it here. It's very, very impressive to watch him do this here. It's inspiring too as well for you at home. Just work on your game, more tactics, more everything, obviously, to get to this level. But it's nice to see. We get to learn today here. This is a nice position for Daniel. Very nice. We have something. 97. Oh man. Oh my goodness.
Oof. Yeah, you could see how upset Dunya is. You know how much he wants this match here. And he still has a decent chance in this game. He can throw in rook d7, but that will allow the queen to sacrifice up for 2 rooks. And what now? The white king looks way too exposed.
Yeah, that is going... Oh, yeah, queen f3 is start. e3, okay, check up. Check up.
King is going to try to run. Rook d7, okay. I think... Ooh, what a find by Hikaru.
I saw knight d4, but I didn't see the follow-up. I was like, knight d4, what's the follow-up? Check. Check. Takes.
Takes. And Hikaru... Wait, king b6. It's a draw. King takes b7, king takes a6.
He gets away, and Danya with the lean back. Breathe, stop the bleeding. Lean back.
Wow.
And we got ourselves a draw scheme.
That was a save, if I've seen one, from Danya, and Hikaru's doing the right thing. He didn't take the pawn right away. He waited until he had 0.9 seconds and wasted the match clock. Hikaru, he's been in these situations before. He knows how to work it.
He's not only working the board, he's working the clock too as well. I mean, he didn't have to hold that. There's a lot of time we've seen in the other matches where they just resign. Like, okay, cool. It's whatever, or make the move. We're in that situation, make the draw quickly, get to the next game. I'm up. But he actually waited that little bit of time to get some seconds off the clock to play bishop h4 to make it a draw with 0.9 on the clock, wasting a little bit of clock. That's very, very precise for Hikaru.
And Hikaru controlling the e-file right now. Danya has a bishop and a knight compared to 2 knights for white. And it seems like there was a tactic on f6. Hikaru, of course, spotted it instantly. He now has a rook at 2 pawns, for 2 minor pieces, but the safer king usually prevails in Bullet, and white's king is tucked nicely on g1.
Yeah, how's he going to make progress here? I was just thinking that, queen g4 looked good. He wants rook g3, okay.
And if queen takes h4, you trade queens of rook e7 at the end, and there's the rook e7, picking up the b7 pawn.
Takes b7, an outsider, an outside pawn, and that is another game.
Yep. I mean, Hikaru is just too strong. That's, I think, as simple as that. That Danya, so talented himself. I mean, he beat Andrew Tang by 8 points yesterday. That was incredible. But Hikaru just next level at the moment.
Right now, I mean, finding everything, being very quick and also very accurate and just posing a lot of problems. Very hard to play that.
Just trying to figure out what's going on in this game. A bunch of trades on the queen side, but whose king is weaker on the king side? The king on h2, safe for the moment. The king on h8, nothing's attacking that. So Hikaru looks like he once again has a significant advantage.
Yeah, he's going to take and play queen g6 probably next with some attacking chances on the g file, which needs to be defended. He does. Then it goes back, a little tickle.
And d5 is just loose. Queen takes d5 can happen next, or not right now after c4, but the c2 knight is loose, and that's why d5 could be captured.
Oh, he takes it now. Yeah, look at these extra pawns too. That was not hanging. He moves it back and might go back around to g2. Noticing g2 pawn is now weaker due to no rook g1. Tricky tricks everywhere. Knight is hanging. Both knights hanging. That is a... Oh, queen c3. Woo-hoo-hoo! Danya finds some moves, boy. I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness. I love it, bro. I love it.
This was a clever game, and Hikaru's the one who played on right here. He feels that Danya's king away, but Danya says, let me trade the bishops. My king doesn't have to move. I'm just getting rid of your attackers. One by one. There they fall. Danya's going to take this game.
Wow. That was sick. that queen c3, and he was losing too.
Mm-hmm.
He was losing this one. Good job, Danya.
Knight
Way to
f6.
get him back.
And he stole the rook, and Danya just fat. With that pawn, I saw it on h6, and then it was gone. But I didn't see how it was captured.
You're right, right? It was so fast and so pre-moved, you didn't even see it happen. Danya would have win. He definitely needed that. He definitely needed that quick sip, you know? Feeling better, feeling good.
Yeah, and I mean, 7 points against Hikaru. Hikaru's 13, so he clearly has the lead and is doing great. But at Danya, he is making his fight clear. He is not what's the material count? Isn't white down a piece?
Yes, he is. And D5. D5 closes him out. Check. First, C3.
Queen just made.
Oh, he mated him. It's made.
Oh.
Whoa, man.
Oh.
It just happened. He just had the reaction.
And you know what? We have a 5-point match. I know that's a lot, and it's Hikaru playing, but when you get a couple wins in a row like that, maybe Danya, he is starting to believe.
It's kind of funny because, like, you're like, oh, it's now 5. That's a good thing. Like, he's still down 5 games. It's really hard to even get anything from that. Being down 5 games is tough. But Danya, 1 game at a time. I think he's starting to do that. He ran off 2 in a row here. He says, I can't do 3. Right? Stay in the mode. Take advantage of this momentum and see what happens.
And I mean, Hikaru has played this opening countless times. These kind of positions are very familiar to him, and now he's suddenly up a lot of material. So Danya is going to lose this game. I feel fully confident saying that, especially now that the back rank check has happened and Danya resigned. So it was 5, now it's back to 6. Hikaru is not toying around.
It's just H4 early. I like it.
Very ambitious play. You're going for the kingside attack. How could you not like it?
You're right. G4's coming next, by the way.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, he sacks. Oh, my goodness. As he spotted it.
I feel for Danya, right? It's just a tough sledding against a player of Hikaru's caliber. Queen b4 check, c3. He's going to try to trap the knight, I guess, but it feels like white has too much extra material.
I mean, it's 8 seconds off the clock. He did all of this in 8 seconds.
Wait, what is happening here? Bishop g4 at the end?
Oh,
but queen takes c4. That's the thing that Danya unfortunately missed.
Ugh. Yeah, queen takes c4 was nice. That was very nice using the pin.
Oh.
It's still weird. I'm about to say, it's still some complications.
Oh, yeah.
My king is weak. Oh, he allowed that.
Wait, what is white's up a rook and a knight for like
this is
2 pawns, but black might be better. Black's winning.
He's winning somehow. I don't see the spot yet. Rook c2. He's winning. It's like, am I winning? That's what Danya says. Am I winning? Am I winning face?
Yeah, he is. Rook c2 check, and I think that there's nothing Hikaru can do. Queen f1?
Queen f f3 or d3.
Exactly. And that's right there. The rook, bishop, and queen. They deliver the goods. And Danya, he took that drink. You know he's happy.
You know what I'm saying? When you get that drink, what's in that cup, Danya? I was just at his house, actually. What's in that cup, Danya? And now, no, he's definitely, every time you see the sip, he's feeling good, and that's the deserved sip of coffee. You got sparkling water over there.
And nice. I think the happiest person is not Hikaru. It's not Danya for trying to catch up. It's Alireza. I mean, he said he'd be watching. He felt like Hikaru is great, but he feels like they do go back and forth in their matches. And if Danya is taking out Hikaru in some of these games, I feel like that gives Alireza even more reason to be confident about his own chances.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's definitely watching the match too. As he said, he is going to watch the match here. So curious to see what he's thinking about it. What do you think was going to happen? But hey, Danya is doing better. Danya's doing better from what happened here. Still down some games. Got some time left. Okay, maybe not that much. 12 minutes is getting close. Getting close to the time.
Yeah, it's 12 minutes remaining. It's a 5-point spread. You got to start winning. If you're done, you got to keep winning. And that's not going to help you win when you start dropping pawns and pieces.
Yeah, it's tough. You start dropping pawns and pieces. Black's up. He says, "Yeah, get out of there. You have to get out of there fast and try to get more games in as quick as possible." There's King's Gambit again. Been working, I guess. And loves this open.
King D7. Let's go. We're having fun in Bullet.
Big fella. Let's go. But this, I just blocked. Like, it only looks good now. And I like that move, though. I can go bishop F4, castle, queen side now. It's really strong.
Queen F6 to protect the F4 pawn, and white can't castle either, at least not yet. You have to play bishop D2, but then B2 is hanging. So Danya has prevented Hikaru's king from getting out of the center.
I saw that you could do bishop D2 anyway after it takes rook D1, correct, with the idea of bishop F6 and bishop C3. Now king E7, correct, and then I don't remember. I was like, I don't know what to do now. I got this far in calculation, but I was like, I don't know what to do now. Like, what do I do? Bishop B.
I didn't even get that far. I was just like, okay, this looks interesting. Probably bishop b6 here just to save your bishop and your b7 pawn. Both. Oh, no. Queen takes b7.
B7 hanging.
Yeah, he went the wrong direction.
He did, and now he can castle first. Maybe not. Queen might have some trouble. Bishop f4. I love it. Wow, that's accurate. Dang. He gave up a knight just to keep your king in the center like this.
And
that's pretty sick.
The d-file destruction, and it looks like Danya, he resigns that game, and with the lead now all the way up to 7 points, well, I think that Hikaru knows that he should be able to move on. Even if he loses the next 5 games, he still makes it through. So Hikaru just beasting. But as the chat is saying, Danya getting 9 points, that's a huge number, and he might get a few more by the time this match concludes.
I mean, it shows you how strong Danya really is. I mean, he just facing Hikaru. Like, it's like, in a way, facing a Magnus. But, or Alireza is how he heating up and is able to beat Magnus. Even Magnus came back. He was down 4, almost made it a 2-game match again, or 1 game, something like that. Very close. Tied it a few times. So, Danya really, really strong here. But unfortunately, Hikaru is stronger here. He is definitely showing that.
In this game, it looks like it's even by the evaluation bar, and the material is a pawn up for black. So it's one of those times where I just don't believe the evaluation bar. I'm like, yeah, whatever you say. Okay, you say it's even. No, it's not even.
No, it's not. Yeah, this is practical. I'm playing a human. You forgot that, buddy, huh? Little engine computer. And then you're like, oh, that was sweet. Wow, engine says this. That's fire. And sometimes you're like, no. I don't believe you. Knight takes. Everything trade up. I'm up a pawn.
Okay, this is even. I agree with that. And now if you're Danya, a draw is kind of the same as a loss. So you might as well play this out. But Hikaru quickly playing rook to b8. And I don't know if playing it out's a good thing anymore for Danya. He might just lose this king pawn in a game.
Yeah, and then let him just lose, or let him just get another point there. I do have to play it out, but yeah, am I zugged out? It looks wrong. I think I'm okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Should be fine.
And I'm watching a draw for sure as a result. And Hikaru once again wasting 5 extra seconds. He could have made the immediate draw. Instead, he's like, I'm looking at the match clock under 8.5 minutes. Let's keep that clock ticking.
Thanks, Queenie 2. This was some type of like Grand Prix-ish. Sicilian, D3, castle queen side.
What is happening in this game?
You just gave the pawn up for knight c5. Okay.
So even material, but opposite sides castling, and I feel like there could be an attack despite the fact that there are no queens on the board.
A7 is not a thing. Rook c1 first. Take king something. He doesn't take. Bishop a7 hangs. 3-4 pawns versus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you taking here?
Oh, I'm taking Danya's position for sure. Look what he's doing here. He can just win a pawn at any moment. The a4 pawn is likely to drop, and even on the clock. So that's probably good news for Danya as well, because he's got the bishop pair and a possible attack. Rook b2.
Check. Yeah, that bishop pair is very strong. We grab a pawn. Do have to watch that pawn ourselves. Nice move, c5. Okay. We got to watch the pawn, bro. We have to watch the pawn. He knows that, and he didn't watch the pawn.
Well, he's going to watch it promote, and that's what happened there in the end, where you're calling it the whole time. You have to stop that darn pawn, and now it's over because the bishop on b3 drops. But until that moment, it felt like there's some chances for Danya. Maybe there are. Hikaru is trying. Oh, knight c5 was really nice. Okay, this finally should do the trick. Queen. Where's the mate?
I was thinking the same thing. Like, where is the mate? He said, "Nah, forget it. I'm gonna give him any chances."
Okay, so there's no checkmate anymore. And if you're not careful, as white, c3 followed by rook d1 is a possible mating pattern.
Anya fights, man. I like it. He just does not give up here and fights it out very quick. Takes, hey, look at that. He's fighting. Okay, this is a win.
Yeah, but well done to earn that draw. I mean, that was amazing defensive resourcefulness, but I'm looking at the match clock as well. In that one game, success Danya. In the match, well, that's good news for Hikaru. Draw continues to milk the clock, and Hikaru, he's locked in his spot against Alireza Firouzja in the winners final tomorrow.
This is from a course that I have dropping. In fact, you go e4 here, bishop c5, e5, knight g8, and then you go, what is it, knight e4.
Wait, no, they
nice.
They haven't moved.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing.
Oh, I was waiting on the moves. I was like, this is a long bullet game. Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm going in
Not
for
thinking.
a 10-minute think right now. So I think we are having some technical issues. I believe that's the case. So we will receive word on what's happening and get back to you. But for now, no moves are appearing on the board, and I think we're just as confused as everybody else.
I think they are playing, though. Yeah, they definitely in the zone. You can see they locked in, looking at the board, analyzing. Yeah, they definitely playing. 5 minutes left because the clock is still ticking. Yeah, you can tell they was in the zone.
I like the board color change. I feel like we're in a new environment. You know, like when you beat one boss in a game and then you're into a whole different zone. So we got the green board now.
Let's go. Got the green boss. Let's go.
Okay. Well, we acknowledge that Hikaru didn't win this game. It says one loss, but we're working on things, everybody. So stay patient with us. But it is Hikaru Nakamura has won this match. That much is clear, that he has taken control, and he's better in this game because he's up a pawn.
Okay, look at that. Rook down to e2, bishop f4 takes.
And
yeah, I got that extra pawn.
Every trade favors white, right?
Right. Yeah, we just up. Easy. Free pass pawn.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good.
And Danya has the black pieces, and he went rook a8 just to see if Hikaru pre-moved something, and that way he'd win the rook. And Danya does that from time to time. So now it is Danya with the white pieces. So and we'll fix that in a sec, everybody. But Danya, he does that. He just makes sure that if he's completely losing, that you're paying enough attention, and he'll put his rook on pre, hoping that you pre-move something else.
Yeah, that's that's fun. Of course, it's the trick. You got to try it. You know what I mean? You got to try the tricks. Like, hey, they work. They work. Not all the time, but they definitely work. Ooh, castle queen side, the spice. Ooh. That's a big move. Mm-hmm. Now that, brilliant. Yeah. Rook takes. We can double up. Taking d4 next. Got to take now. Okay. What is that? He hit. Whoa, what a move that was. Yeah. D6. You got to chill out, Hikaru, bro. You got to chill, man.
And then a great...
ridiculous move.
It was a great response by Danya too with knight a4 there. He's just like, all right, you're threatening queen takes b2. I'm going to protect and attack. And now we see that Danya is up in exchange, and Hikaru he'll try to defend this. It's not going to be easy. Rook e1, knight e4, but he's doing a great job. Oh my gosh, how is Hikaru suddenly better? He trapped the piece.
I know. He really got to relax. Queen b6, I'm still thinking about that move. He's answered with queen to b6 in that position instantly too as well. Like, instant. He didn't even think about it. It was so fast, the spot there. That's pretty scary.
And you see Danya just giving away all his pieces. I mean, he knew he had a losing position, and that was his resignation before he pressed the button. So, yeah, Danya has been great. That move castle queenside was awesome. Knight a4 as well. But Hikaru, he just is a man on a mission, and his mission is to win the Bullet Chess Championship, and he's making his way to the winners final against Alireza Firouzja tomorrow.
Yeah, and look at him having so much, many points. His last few matches were all 20 plus. 20 games plus, which is really fast, really good, really strong. Okay, we got the sip, look, we know what the sip mean. Mm-hmm. They can sit there, yeah, we may not win the match, but yeah, I'm still going to sip this coffee or this water here. And we're going to play this game. Where's that queen going, buddy? Which goes
And Hikaru actually resigned. So